Hi. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hope everybody's doing well. Feeling well. What's going on? Ryan, yeah, hello. Dragoon, what's happening? I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you're feeling all right. Having a good Wednesday, halfway through the week. 1 week until Christmas. I mean, it's technically less than a week if you think about it, because a week from now you will have already opened presents. Let's say that. Flash Monkey, what's going on? Hello. Guess there's some drama going on with Crush 40 and Sega over music stuff, licensing stuff. I'm guessing there are. Here we go. Ryan, what games are we not going to be allowed to get ported because of music issues? Are we in Sonic 3 all over again? Apparently the Switch is now officially outsold the PS2 in the US. Do you have numbers for that? Because I just checked Nintendo's website. I saw when you said that, so I checked Nintendo's. They're still reporting at the end of September 146. So I haven't seen updated numbers. But that's total overall. I don't know if you mean US specifically. What did Sega do now? More like Johnny. How do you say his name? Johnny Goelli? Gioeli? Still not feeling like myself because specific calming meds have been taken. At 13 days, I will probably have them changed. That's a Flash. Dosing is always something that's very difficult when you get on that stuff. So, Lord Dracketh, what's going on? Equally with the hell? With to be honest. CT, thank you so much in the hunt with a Twitch Prime subscribe for 49 months. Illegal Wednesday stream. G-O-L-E. Okay. Wednesday stream. So the reason we're streaming today is because we were supposed to stream yesterday and then take off today, but it's supposed to be raining. It should be start raining within an hour. I don't think it's going to be heavy, but I had some errands that I had to run downtown. So I figured I'll do it yesterday when the weather was nicer and it wasn't going to be raining, and that would be really nice. And it turned out to be a complete disaster. I literally nothing that I wanted to get done got done. I went downtown, I did everything, and it was a disaster. Like I went to specifically do some shopping, Christmas, and just some other stuff that I had to get, and I got none of it. Nothing was there. The mall that's down there, I didn't realize how bad it was. It's all clothes. Like there's nothing else. It's all clothing stores. So I couldn't get anything. So it was a complete waste of my time. Like I literally wasted money and time going down there to do absolutely nothing. So I had to do some of that stuff today, which is why we started so late. So I apologize for that. But yeah, the plan was to not stream yesterday and stream today. I got your Gonzadessu. I don't even hate Lost World. I thought it was all right, but I'm getting low-key upset at how much Uncle is enjoying it over SA2 and Frontiers. Stone, I got news for you, Stone. Again, this might change when I play the game, but spoiler alert for the rest of our playthrough, that doesn't change. That does not change. Ryan, thank you so much with the 190 stream streak. Ryan, I thought you had a break somewhere in there. I thought you were one of the ones that had a break somewhere. I wonder if they've reset the breaks or something. What's this? Was this all right? Double streams? Wait, we're doing double streams? Greg, Zeddy or Brutals? Zeddy or Brutals? Brutals. I forget if we asked that during the playthrough. As I think about it, I think the Brutals, just because I find them more interesting. I find them sillier, and I think that that's more fun for a video game and for storytelling. I think that it's more fun. I don't know. The Brutals to me, the Zeddy to me are just kind of like, all right, there's the mean female one, and there's the fat dumb one, and there's the energetic rock one. Like, I don't know. It just their designs they felt so minimalistic that they were boiled down to just character tropes, and that's all they were. At least the Brutals looked kind of funny. You know, at least that was kind of clever, right? The Brutals, and I don't know. I thought that was a bit more interesting. Did you see Suikoden 1 and 2 getting a remaster? We knew that a while ago. We found that at Crimson. We found that out a while ago. I don't know if we have a date for it, but yeah, we found out a while ago that they were going to be getting remastered. A lot of malls have been closing, partly due to COVID. More that because of COVID, it came out that a lot of the malls were just fancy ways to hide land money. And once COVID set in, many investors panicked and wanted their value in cash as land prices dropped fast. Well, the problem, Dragoon, is that we used to have in Center City, Philadelphia. Oh, I saw Dragoon. Oh, this is the store. Okay, there we go. We had the gallery, which has been there forever, or which was there forever, and then they shut it down. This is before COVID, by the way. This is before COVID. They shut it down, and they were going to redesign it all. They were gonna dress it up. It was going to look a lot better because it did look a little drab. The gallery as it was, it looked really drab, and so they were going to redesign it. They were going to put in new stores, and they did. They shut it down for a couple of years. They restructured everything. They reshaped it all. They moved the food court. Everything is brighter. It's prettier looking, right? It's more aesthetically pleasing. And then stores were starting to like go back into it, but not the original stores. Now it's mostly clothes. There's a Kate Spade and a Forever 21 and a Columbia Sportswear and an Old Navy and I think I said Kate Spade already, and a Lids for your baseball caps, and I it's not a Foot Locker. I think there might be a Foot Locker and an H&M and a Hollister, and it's all clothes. There's a Wetzel's Pretzel, there's a GameStop, there's a Claire's, which I mean that's accessories for fashion, so that still kind of counts, and I think there's maybe a couple other stores, and then it's nothing. It's just all clothes. It's a disaster. There's nothing there. It sucks. You see the post in Discord about Sonic 3 IGN review. If not, can you guess the score based on this summary? Also, bear in mind Sonic 1 and 2 both got 7s. All right, hold on. I got a lot happening here. The Brewers at least had a whole gangster thing going for them. Do you see that thing? That award thing I posted. I did not see the award thing you posted. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Yeah, the Zeddy are so cut and paste. All right, so I have to read this description, right? Against all odds, the Sonic movie appears to be getting better as they go. This third installment offers much more pleasing CGI, blessedly fewer human fables, and a kind of tortured Negasonic in Shadow, a fan favorite anti-hero voiced by Keanu Reeves. Based on this, considering that the other ones got 7s, I mean, this sounds like a 7. This sounds like a 7. This sounds like a 7 if Sonic 1 and 2 got 6s. So I'm going to say this is an... I want to say this is an 8, but it's IGN, so I have a feeling this is a 5. But this is going to be a 5. But this sounds like it should be an 8. The way that's written sounds like it should be an 8. Are the clothes at the shops? No. Listen to all the stores that I fired off. No, they're not diverse. It's all the same. They're selling to the same group of people. They're all the same group of people. Yeah, we know IGN hates fun and water. So what's this? All right, so is this the actual review? Is this 6? I figured as much. Yeah, that sounds like it should be an 8 considering that the other ones got 7s, and they're saying that this one sounds better. Not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be a 5. Malls have become unsustainable because to cover up the value of the building, rent prices shot up as they went up. Stores left, besides, as you're saying, clothing stores tend to be able to coast, and the stores fled. That building value plummeted. Well, the funny thing is, Dragoon, they're going to demolish. They just voted to do it. They're going to demolish something like a third of the mall because they just voted to put in the middle of Center City, Philadelphia. They're going to put an 18,500 seat basketball stadium for the 76ers. I think it's going to be called 76 Place. And they're putting a basketball stadium, and that mall that I'm talking about, they're gonna demolish a third of it. Surprise, all that money coming out of nowhere. People were protesting and everything. Trios, thank you so much. In the Hunt with a 10 gift sub bomb. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, Trios. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for stopping in. I'm gonna count that as a Christmas gift. So thank you. 6.7. Too many hedgehogs. Well, to be fair, costs one of them's an echidna. But hi everybody, Sir GG, Dangeroo, Crimson, Cost, Trios, of course, Stone, anybody, Latimer, anybody if I've not said hello to, hello. And if you got a gift sub from Trios, be sure to thank them for that. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Trios. I very, very much. Let me see here. 6 out of 10. BS. Send them fake copies of Pokemon Sapphire and Mask to piss them off. No, I don't have that kind of money. How is it a 6? They say Sonic 3 is better than the first 2 movies. Yeah, I have no idea what the problem is with them. I just got a Twitch notice saying Miss Fushi is live as a guest. What? Is Miss Fushi here and I don't know? Wait, what's happening? Just having a meal. But had to yell here about it. Vermilion, what's going on? I'll have a fantastic 8 days. I'll have a fantastic 8 days till Sonic 3 premieres over here. That was my confusion. I didn't know it was out. I guess it's out this week, or is it out already? Was it out last weekend? When did it come out? She's hiding in your vents, right? She wants the Trios. Fushi wants to sneak out and attack me, but she's really cozy somewhere. She's up there playing. She's up there playing Infinity Nikki. So. I won't be able to see Sonic until the 26th. I saw an early preview of it last Saturday. Oh, it officially comes out the 20th. Okay. It was kind of weird, Ryan, because I saw some people saying that they saw it, you, for instance, saying that you guys saw it and that you thought it was decent. But then I feel like the Sonic people, I hadn't seen it, and I was very confused. So it's not officially out yet. House Sagers, he's doing okay. I think he's putting on some weight because I changed his diet and I started giving him fresh chicken. I started cutting up a little bit of chicken breast for him with every one of his. I'm still feeding him the same, but then I'm giving him more and I'm giving him more treats. So I think he's putting on a few ounces, but I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna have to sort of stay stay with it, and then when his next checkup comes around, I'll see what happens. I haven't seen any ads for Sonic 3 here. I've seen like a YouTube ad here and there, but nothing really serious. I want to see it day one-ish, but when I go will depend on how my mom feels. Even the review itself is just praise. They said that Jim Carrey is amazing in both roles. Keanu was the perfect cast. That CGI is vastly improved. There are less human foibles. Yeah, like everything they said about it is good, so it should be better than the other one. Treats. Don't say treat. He will get excited. No, are you kidding me? Once he's asleep, he's out cold. I'll be watching the Sonic 3 movie on the day of release. I still haven't seen the other 2, so I gotta watch those. I saw a Lego ad for Sonic 3. Interesting. Yeah, I hope it's good. I hope everybody has a good time watching it. I don't know. I still haven't seen the other 2. I'm gonna end up buying the DVDs or the Blu-rays of the other 2 just because it'll be easier than paying, what is it? Because I don't want to watch Paramount. No. I'd rather buy Blu-rays than watch Paramount than pay for a month of Paramount to watch a couple of movies. Because then I got to make an account and they're going to email me. No way. I already have to figure out how to watch. I might have to do a month of Amazon Prime just so that I can watch Secret Level because I really want to watch those. You say that, but yeah. Well, to be fair, Dragoon, I don't really look for them. Like, I say that, and that's really going to be, I'm at the store already. I happen to see them, and I say, all right, they're $5 a piece or they're $10 a piece. Now I'm going to buy them. I haven't actually actively gone out and looked for them. You don't have $15. Pay. Yar. The DVDs are good. Yeah, I mean, if I find them on DVD, but I feel like Blu-ray is probably going to be the better bet. I'll be seeing Sonic Movie 3 Saturday or Sunday. I'm so excited for it. It's my most anticipated film of the year. It's going to be my me time movie after the holiday feasting. Oh, okay. I'll be doing on the 24th and 25th. Nice. I only saw the second. 3 would be the first time I go to the theater to watch a Sonic movie. Not bothering with the Wade show. You said for over a year I should watch those and it would be cheaper just to buy them. Yeah, I just and it will be. And Dragoon, that's still true. I just haven't made the effort to do it. Johnny doesn't have them for you to borrow. I don't know. That's a good question. I actually don't know if he has them or not. So we're going to see Mufasa, right? Oh man, tell me, Jab, just remind me, when does Mufasa drop? Too soon? Was that too soon? Simba's not here, is he? Simba didn't hear that joke. I don't want to hurt his feelings. Instead, you should finally start Digimon. So much effort. Was this Johnny? You don't want to mod Sonic? Well, I'm going to CTI. I don't know. I suppose I'll mod it, but I'm going to at least buy it on Steam. But I'm going to wait for it to go on deep sale because I'm not paying $30 for it. Have you done those PlayStation? And I haven't done the PlayStation one. I do have my Nintendo review. I was going to show that today, and then we were going to right before we got into the game. I haven't seen the Sony one though. Is the Sony one available? What is it on PlayStation.com? PlayStation.com. Let's see here. Do I even... The Ultimate PlayStation Review of 2024. Yeah, I didn't do this, did I? Well, I'm not signed in. I got to sign in. Sign in. Oh, brother. Hold on. Hang on. I don't appreciate that verification code. Okay, give me 1 second here. Looks like it's loading up. Where's my thingy? Oh, wrap up. There we go. See my play stats. Okay. I do love that people are ripping on Disney for doing what everyone's been telling them to do, which is with these live action films, make new stories, or if they want it in the world of the other movies, tell other parts of the story, which they were kind of doing for a while. So okay, we would tell Mufasa's origins and everyone's screaming at them. I don't know. I agree, Lilac. I've said before that these movies, if they do the same thing in live action, it has a right to exist. If they do something different and they tell a different story, it still has the right to exist. My only gripe is the idea of live action, and then for the Lion King, for instance, they did a live action Lion King, but it's CG. Like, it's not. I kind of hate that they're calling it live action. If you want to call it a CG Lion King, that's fine. It kind of drives me crazy that they're calling it live action. Well, for the Lion King when they did Lion King, I think that's what was annoying me with that. It's like, it's not live action, first of all. So stop calling it that. It is in effect an animated movie. So stop calling it live action. It's realistic looking as opposed to a 2D animated or something, but it's not a live action movie. So that's the only thing that was driving me crazy. But I've defended those movies plenty of times where I say, people say, well, who's this for? It's like, all right, well, then not for you. It's clearly not for you. Yeah, live action and it's all CGI. Like, that kind of annoys me. Call it a reimagining of Lion King or which was just a reimagining of Hamlet. Call it something like that. But the idea that it's a live act, like, it just kind of drives me crazy. Like, it's a live action animal movie, Milo and Otis, and I recommend you watch that movie because it's awesome. Stream drop. Wait, what? Nope. Not from me. You're panicking me, CT. Screenix will be dropping a new game trailer at the awards thing. Oh, I saw that, Drakith. Is that what you were talking about? That Squeenix is going to drop a new game trailer? What the heck is that for? I'm guessing that's for Re 3, right? Final Fantasy Re 3, maybe? The stream didn't die, did it? Why are you saying stream drop? Silver, we wanted pictures of Daredevil. What is this web clown you got me pictures of? Mine did. Okay. I didn't drop any frames. Did the stream Did the stream drop for anybody else? I'm not keen on the story of Mufasa just being like a Moses-like character. His family were hunted. He was left to drift downstream, adopted by Scar's family, who was royalty, and they grew up like brothers. Mufasa then getting the throne, okay, which technically is Scar's birthright. It tries to make him, that sort of stuff drives me crazy, Lilac. Like, obviously you have, I defend the right for you to tell the story and alter the story, but I don't know. Sometimes you know what my issue, Lilac, when it comes to stuff like that, where you tell Mufasa's story, for instance, I think the problem is that sometimes it's overly complicated, this is a good example of that. I don't need Mufasa's story because I don't think that there should be a story. I think that he should have been raised as he should have had a good upbringing, and it raised him to be a good king. And I think that that's more I think that that's more in line with the character. I don't know. I don't feel like it's completely necessary to do all of this overly complicated stuff. I think that's my only real issue with it. Yeah, spoiler, Mufasa dies in the next movie. Don't, Greg. Don't do this to yourself. Rebirth just came out. Yeah, but Dracketh, they announced these games too early, which is something I always complain about, which is they announced these games and then they're 3 years out. As history has shown, mine by birth doesn't mean you should have it. Spoiler, Mufasa dies in the next movie. Absolutely. I seriously don't know who they surveyed that cared about Mufasa's story. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure that it's such a big deal. I don't need it to be that. Because you know what the next story is. I'm going to tell you what the next story is. Are you ready? Here's the next story. Hold on to your fins, because the next story, for whatever reason, is going to be the story of King Triton and how he and Ursula had a youthful falling out, and why she's the witch and he's the king of Atlantica, or whatever the hell the name of the place was. My Linus Texas screwdriver that I bought in the Black Friday sales arrived. Now I've been looking forward to things to screw. I mean, I know the answer is money, but apparently Mufasa's previewed super well, so it may very much be not for us. Yeah, I mean, if you the issue, Dragoon, is that we may say that, and then you end up telling a really cool story. I'll tell you one that I've kind of felt that way for Obi-Wan, for the Obi-Wan show. I felt like before the show came out, I said that this wasn't particularly necessary. I think that he was in hiding, and I think that the purpose of him being in hiding was that he didn't do too much. I didn't think too much should have happened with some of the other characters. I didn't need to see a whole bunch. I didn't like the way that they handled the Inquisitors. I thought that they should have been something else. I don't know. I felt like they should have been more dedicated to something else. There were lots of that I didn't need. And yet, when we got the show, there's still stuff that I just felt like was unnecessary. And overall, I still think if I didn't have this, I'd be fine. But there were also moments in that show that were incredible. And for those moments alone, I'm glad we got the show. Mostly the Darth Vader stuff. And it turned out Obi-Wan was really unnecessary. They said that they're mostly ready with Final Fantasy VII Part 3. The world is mostly the same as Rebirth, which was already explorable. They just needed the northern continent and high wind travel, which was the biggest hurdle. All the cast was already introduced, cast and modeled. Yeah, same for the monsters. So the core bulk was ready to go into it. Even the story script is finished. Yeah, so this is what I want, Lilac. This is what I want out of video games. This is what I want out of sequels. I'm tired of reinventing. We just had this conversation. I'm tired of reinventing the wheel every time. Sequels that are part of the same story should probably use the same engine, the same characters, the same character models, the same map, and with additional stuff. That would cut down half of the development time. Not to mention, for the most part, you already have a story direction already planned out. It's called Final Fantasy VII, and it was 20-something years ago. Thing with the Mufasa movie, did the CG Lion King remake actually perform well? I think it did. That's the thing. I think that movie did very well. Our generation didn't like the Lion King remake and said over and over, no one asked for this. But with the current gen, it outperformed and was a massive success. Going back, I'll say Star Wars again. And if you ask people now who are 20-somethings and maybe even 30-somethings, a lot of them will tell you that they absolutely love the prequels, and the prequels were their favorite. There's been polls that were done, and people have said that they love the prequels. They absolutely do. That sounds much more interesting than Mufasa's origin. I mean, 100 is 0.01%. So when is the whole game collection game in one disc gonna be released? Oh my God! Final Fantasy VII remake, Final Fantasy VII final remix. Ooh, that's it. Kenobi even gave context to something no one cared for, but became an iconic scene in Star Wars, which was why he called him Darth. Yeah, and the whole scene of him facing Vader in the series, you didn't destroy. Yeah, like all of that stuff, Lilac, was amazing. The problem is I didn't need most of the other stuff. That was the issue. I didn't need the stuff with Reva. I didn't find her particularly interesting. I didn't need the stuff with the Inquisitors. I didn't find that. I should have found that more interesting. I just don't think it was given the right platform. I think that stuff should have been on its own. I'll be honest with you, Lilac. I would have taken an Inquisitor show. I would have taken a show from the perspective of Reva being indoctrinated into the Inquisitors, and I get to see them all operate behind the scenes. I think that as a dedicated show would have been more interesting rather than just squeeze them into the Obi-Wan story. I thought that I think that would have been much more interesting. Nearly 30 years. The new Elden Ring co-op was. Oh, I think maybe we're getting 7R3 by 2027 for the game's 30th anniversary. That would be actually. You know what I would take? Zero. I would take the game for 2026. I'd rather have it for 2025. I would take it for 2026, and then for the 30th anniversary, then I would do the final remix where you put everything together. Or you make a box set. You just make a box set. The new Elden Ring co-op half sequel is a good example of a developer being efficient. That's what I want. I want them to be efficient. Stop remaking the whole game every time, especially for a game that's part 1, part 2, and part 3. It breaks up the parity of the trilogy. It breaks up the cohesion when each game is a new engine and a new game. I don't need it to do that. Yeah, CG Lion King is one of Disney's most profitable movies. Yeah, it did very well. Hear me out. Ursula origin story is her waking up one day, making breakfast, taking care of her pet eels, got bored, and say, you know what? I want to be a witch and cause chaos in the ocean because I'm bored. Also, King Triton is there. I like it. It's succinct. It's right to the point. It's gonna be 300 gigs. Oh, did I say Revan? Sorry. Reva. I'm surprised you still remember Reva's name. Yeah, she was so insignificant, and she could have been a cool character. I really think she could have been. I don't think that she was unnecessary, and yet I don't think that was the right platform to introduce her as a character. I think that her character should have been used to journey through the Inquisitors and to understand the intricacies of the Inquisitors and what role they played, and that would have been better in an Inquisitor focused either miniseries or just one-off movie. I think that would have been much more interesting, because then if you get the one-off movie, you can, or even an anthology series where in the anthology, oh wait, this is a good idea. Now I'm mad at myself. In the anthology series, you can have her in the Inquisitors at different moments when the Inquisitors get sent out to perform different tasks. And those tasks will be their inclusion in other series. When you had the Inquisitors show up in Jedi Fallen Order, when they showed up in Rebels, the one that was chasing Ahsoka in the Ahsoka Tales from the Jedi thing, like, you could have had those moments, those sort of behind the scene moments, and that would have served to show you what it's like to be in the Inquisitors. I don't know. I think that would have been more interesting. So kind of like Acolyte. I liked Acolyte. I thought Acolyte was fine. Acolyte had some technical problems that some weird stuff that was. Acolyte had a few. As much as people don't like this, Acolyte had a few. Well, wait, why didn't they just, he saves one and he lets the other one fall. But I don't know. Aren't you at this level in the Jedi? You probably should have had them both. Like, I don't know. I feel like a better Jedi would have understood a bit better about what to do, which just kind of implies that he sucks. I think it had a few moments like that where I just thought, well, wait, why didn't you just do this? Be daring and make this show an office-based comedy dealing with the bureaucracy involved with being an Inquisitor. Yeah, like Reva's the new she's the new Inquisitor and she has to sort of learn the ropes. While they haven't all been massive successes, a lot of the Disney live-action movies perform well, and when looked into the people who like them in the current generation, while the older generation tends to be resistant to their existence. I like the how did Beauty and the Beast do? How did Beauty and the Beast and what was? I guess it was just Maleficent. The first one with Angelina Jolie. How did they perform? Because I like those movies. I thought they were good. Just wait till you see how they were involved in the Ewoks movie. Oh no! I don't know. There's a dwarf category on Steam. Is there? I'm pretty sure the reason Reva happened is because they wanted to do a spinoff with her. I guess so, but I don't know. I feel like that was a bad way to introduce her. They did just that in the comics, though. There were several issues based purely on the Inquisitors, including Reva, and it focused on what they did and how they got there. See, that would have been more interesting as a show. Rather than wedge them into Obi-Wan, that would have been more interesting as a show. And if you really wanted to make an Obi-Wan show, and again, I still think that it's fine because of the Vader stuff. But if you really wanted to do an Obi-Wan show, you very easily could have done a not anthology, but a multi-part like threat of the week kind of thing, where he's protecting Luke behind the scenes from different things, right? There's bandits that are going to attack the moisture farm. Luke is very adventurous, right? He goes out with Biggs sometimes, so he gets himself into some trouble, and Obi-Wan kind of saves him, without him knowing, and because Ben was known. That's the thing on Tatooine. Ben was known as Old Ben Kenobi. He wasn't an invisible figure, so show us that. That would have been a more interesting show to me, to say, oh, let's see what he does in the community where they know him, but they also know him to be a hermit. I don't know. That would have been, because now you run into this sort of Vader kind of knows where he is and he thinks he's dead, but we're not really sure. And I don't know. It's just there's a lot of open-endedness because of the Obi-Wan show. Even if I give it a pass because of the cool moments, I do think there were a few moments where I think, this was mostly unnecessary. Live action Beauty and the Beast grossed $1.263 billion worldwide. Yeah, I mean, success. Oh, that Alice in Wonderland movie I thought was great also. I like that movie. The first one with Johnny Depp. I didn't like the second one as much. There's also live action 101 Dalmatians back in the day. That was great. The live action 101 Dalmatians was fantastic. Glenn Close kind of she kind of I wouldn't say she dragged that movie along, but like in a good way. Like she picked that movie up. But she definitely had a hand in that movie being as good as it was. I think it was Glenn Close. Beauty and the Beast was a success, but over time, its reception became more negative because people didn't like the concept more than how they felt about the movie. Which that to me in a sense is irrelevant. In a sense, it's irrelevant. There's a Dragoon. There's a bigger conversation that I don't want to have about the kind of people that get mad about the kind of things they're getting mad about, and how when projects are made to appease them, it doesn't usually work. If you understand what I'm saying, there's a lot of that where they, as much as people don't like to admit it, that is a thing that happens. That there's a group of people that complain about things that they don't like because they don't like them, because they need a reason to be hurt. And developers make things for them, and then they don't go see them. And then they don't bother, and the projects fail. And that's not a hypothetical. The numbers prove that. There are things out there that certain groups of people have complained about that they desperately want, and then the studios make them, and then they don't go see them, and they don't watch them, and these things tank, and then they say, "Oh, why did that fail?" I'm trying not to, Crimson. I'm trying not to say it. Hang on. Vader was petty and respectful. Wait, hold on. What? Disrespectful? Or respectful? I don't see much focus on Luke. No. And that's the thing. And an Obi-Wan show in that regard, in the way that I put it, would still be an Obi-Wan show. But it would be like, what's he doing behind the scenes? Because he's there to protect Luke. That's the thing. When he fights Maul and he kills Maul on Tatooine, and it's very clear that he is there to protect Luke, and he will kill anybody who is a danger to him. So give me a little bit of that. Let me see some of that, which we kind of saw, but not really. Skeleton Crew is Goonies in space. It doesn't resemble Star Wars. I don't see much focus on the Battlefront 2, where he acted like Luke, actual Luke after episode, which I didn't even know he was in Battlefront 2 until I played it. It was awesome. Vader never finds out where Obi-Wan was hiding, or even that his kids are... That's right. He didn't actually know. We know how people know of Old Man Kenobi. He's the creepy old pervert that keeps giving toys to Luke. Yeah, so I want to see something, not the creepy pervert part, but I want to see some of that, where what does he do to protect Luke behind the scenes? I think that would have been a more interesting show. The live action Alice in Wonderland is a weird thing because it's basically a sequel to the story it's titled after. Cruella movie with Emma Stone. I haven't watched that movie. I heard it was decent. Skeleton Crew still has the wonder of Star Wars and the adventure, but it's a nice side of the galaxy that we don't get to see. See, I haven't watched any of it. I'm waiting for it to finish before I pick up Disney Plus again. Big thing I resent about the live action movie: less them existing and them feeling like an overall replacement, and how it feels like the adult take over the animated originals. Dragon Ball Evolution
cool.
had a chance.
Someone wants to be friends.
Oh, thank you. Who is that? JVD Draws. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. But, Uncle, I wanted it to appeal to me. We say it's irrelevant. Kind of a point when people talk about Beauty and the Beast now, it's lumped in with the failures because, sure, it made money, but look at its reception now. We were too dumb to see how bad it was. Yeah, and you know what? And it was a good movie. And realistically, it was a good movie. I don't know what people are complaining about it now for. I don't know what problems they're inventing for that movie, but they could have brought back Watto. I mean, Mr. L, that's not a bad idea. If I'm being completely honest, that's really not a bad idea. Wow, that's a shame, Mr. L, because what a great opportunity that would have been. To bring, oh man, now I want that. Wait, best live action series has been Andor. Best live action series has been Andor. That's hard to say when Mandalorian exists. Mandalorian skews the numbers. I gotta go Mandalorian better than Andor. And Andor was amazing. But I gotta go Mandalorian. Skeleton Crew sounds like it has similar appeal to Andor in that it gives you that on the ground view of the universe. What was the live action Dragon Ball? The live action Dragon, that was Evolution. Dragon Ball Evolution. The bad one, you mean? Yeah, that was Evolution. Everything from the acting to the singing, as you said, is dumb stuff, but it's dumb stuff to create a new narrative on the movie, which is sad but fascinating. So far, definitely Andor, even though it's not that Star Wars-like. Yeah, Mando season 1 and some of season 2. Ooh, let's see, Mando season 1, 2, or 3. Definitely not 3, but 3 had some great moments. 3 also just had some 3 had some interesting moments if you're willing to open your mind to the rest of the galaxy, to the rest of the Star Wars universe. But I understand people not doing that and people not liking it as a result. And even if you did, I understand not liking it as much. I do think it's the weakest of the 3. I gotta go season 2 over 1. 1 was so good. I think because 1 was such a great standalone season, and then 2 to me felt like it was rolling it into the Star Wars universe a little bit more. It was rolling it more into the universe at large because you had the introduction of the other Mandos and Bo-Katan, really. And in the ending, I mean, the ending's another one of those things that just kind of skews the whole thing. What's this? I try to forget that movie exists. Wait, the only thing against Andor are the first 2 or 3 episodes, but they're necessary for the rest. I would say the first 2 episodes, but they work together to do what they need to do, which is to set up Andor. I'm glad that when this show went live, I'm glad they put both of them up. I think that those 2 episodes work well together, but they were probably the lowest point of the series. I was talking about Skeleton Crew at the same time. It makes Dragon Ball Evolution was only a high school sitcom for a bit. The rest tried having the hero's journey with Goku and Bulma, but Toriyama hated the redesigns and character changes, so fed the BS. So we then get Goku becoming the great ape, but is a servant of Piccolo. Mando season 1 and 2 are great, but I dropped hard midway in season 3, and that's a shame because I don't know, Draken, how much of a Star Wars fan you are. I think one of the things that, because season 3, I understand it dropping a lot of people in the middle, but by the end, what's crazy to me about season 3 of Mando was that people hated the Mandalorian stuff. They didn't like the stuff with the Darksaber and Bo-Katan and leading the Mandalorians back to Mandalore. Like, people didn't like that stuff, and as somebody who's, watched all of the Clone Wars stuff and all the especially all the Rebel stuff, the Mandalorian stuff and the Rebels was amazing. So to see all of that stuff play out and to see her finally lead the charge on back and to take over Mandalore and the destruction of the Darksaber, sorry, spoilers. The destruction of the Darksaber, and to go back to what Mandalorians should give a crap about, which is strength and honor. I thought that was terrific, and it was wild to me that people didn't like that part of it. So if you don't like the stuff in the middle, that's fine. The Jack Black and Lizzo stuff, for instance, was awful, even if it made sense in the world. What's happening to the stream right now? Are we okay? My CPU, I heard my graphics card or my CPU just ramp up. Are we okay? We're not dropping frames or anything, are we? Why am I? What's happening? Oh, it's that doing that. I have this thing on my I have this thing that is OVR library service. I don't know what exactly this is. Every once in a while, though, it goes off the charts, and my CPU usage goes up to something like 50%. And I hear my CPU fan, it turns into a jet engine. Season 3 also required you to accept that Jin is the Mandalorian, and the title is The Mandalorian People instead. I didn't like that, Lilac. I didn't like that. Jin Grogu. I don't like that because the names are backwards, right? Din Djarin. If that's what you mean. It's like Din Djarin, and he was like Din Grogu. I was like, no, Din isn't his last name. It's literally not, and it's figuratively not. Mandalorians are first name, last name, first name, family name. And they kind of did that backwards. He should have been Grogu Djarin. if you really wanted to do that. It was kind of strange to me that they did that, but it wasn't going to break the bank for me. I was like, that doesn't really track. Mandalorians are known for first name, family name. It's not like Japanese where it's the family name first. That's the way they've been. It was Sabine Wren. It was Ursa Wren. It was Bo-Katan Kryze and Satine Kryze. Like, that's how it was. So it was weird that they kind of did that backwards to me. I just thought the pacing and tone was all over the place in 3. It was. Season 3 didn't have any type of journey like the other 2 did. Yeah, it had the Mandalorian's journey, which was at the end of it. The 2 episodes of Boba Fett were probably some of the best Star Wars there was. Episodes 5 and 6. I think they were some of the best Star Wars there is. What about Ahsoka? I thought Rosario. Oh wait, Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, what about Ahsoka? I thought Rosario Dawson was miscast and her performance had zero riz. Crimson. Yes, but I think it was on purpose. I think that, and I do question whether or not they did enough for that for Ahsoka. I think what was happening with Ahsoka was it kind of hinted on this in other things, but Ahsoka was kind of afraid of herself. She was afraid of what she was going to become because of her master, because of what her master became. So Ahsoka went through the hero's journey, which almost felt like it was unnecessary. And as a result, she had to play it sort of flat. So I think it was kind of intentional. Mando Season 3, while a drop in the Mando series, was a nice end to the Mandalorian story of TCW and Rebels. It was great. It was so good. Oh my God, I was in tears, Lilac, when that scene where they come around and it's all of them flying and Bo-Katan has the Darksaber. I was in tears. I thought it was incredible. I was so happy. This was years of watching these characters and this saga sort of play out and watching them finally take it back. They didn't like it because it broke the cool shiny toy. I forgot about the Jack Black stuff. The last season of Clone Wars where Mandalorian takes a huge chunk of the story. Oh my God, it was so good. The stream seems slightly it really kind of does. I think my PC seems slightly moody. Okay, it's Crimson. Okay. Santa Claus sent the elves to attack. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened there. Grogu Skywalker. Oh, the series title. The series up to Jin was The Mandalorian. While season 3 was about The Mandalorian, it was about The Mandalorians, plural. Hey, El. For me, it was more that I like the idea of reclaiming the planet, but the sudden shift from Jin to Bo-Katan was not the right way to do that. Knowing the coolest lightsaber design to ever exist got destroyed instead of being Jin's weapon from now on. Well, the thing that I'd want, Drakith, in all honesty, is for I kind of wish they would have done it, and I don't really think they're going to, but I would have liked it if they took the crystal out of the Darksaber and they make a saber for Grogu. I think that would be really cool if he ends up wielding a Darksaber. Like a Darksaber, not the Darksaber. And before that, we had the Vespa scooter episode. Okay. Okay, with the Vespas. Ahsoka had good moments, but not enough to carry the show, in my opinion. The flashback scene to the clone. Oh, yeah, that was peak stuff right there. That's peak right there. It's the famous issue of it's on purpose, but if you don't execute it well, yeah, it's just another mistake in the end. We're talking Star Wars? Hey, Flip. Rosario was fine on Mando. I haven't watched her series yet because that requires me to watch Rebels, which I really don't want to. Does it require you to watch Rebels? No. No, I don't think it requires you to watch Rebels. Here's what I'll tell you. Drakith, First of all, watch Rebels because Rebels is awesome. I know that you people have this impression that that Rebels is Star Wars for kids. I assure you that's not the case. I promise you the stories in Rebels are extremely well done. But here's what you need to know about Rebels. At some point, Ahsoka helps them. At some point, she goes away, and at the end of the series, what's his name goes away. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. Why am I blanking on his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Give me his name. Ezra. Ezra, thank you. At the end of the series, a fake fan. At the end of the series, Ezra goes away. That's all you need to know. There you go. You are caught up on Rebels enough to watch Ahsoka. That's literally all you need to know. Star Wars Resistance. See what they're saying there? Star Wars Resistance, that's Star Wars for kids. Trust me, Rebels is not. It's not a ultra violent show. It's right, you're not going to be getting blood and gore, but it's definitely not what you think it is. Yeah, Young Jedi Adventures and Resistance. That's Star Wars for kids. It does because many characters from Rebels are in it. I don't particularly care for Rebels, not because I think it looks like it's for kids. It's just that I prefer the style of Clone Wars. No, Dracoth, trust me when I'm telling you. I'm telling you this based on Ahsoka, not on Rebels. I'm telling you this based on Ahsoka. The only characters that repeat really are Sabine and Ahsoka. And Ahsoka isn't even in all of Rebels. I don't want to spoil this for you. Ahsoka's only in season 2 of Rebels. So you really don't need it. Anything that you might benefit from knowing with Rebels, you get enough of an explanation. Oh yeah, and Hera. And Chopper, of course. But even to be completely honest, I don't think Hera and Chopper are in the show nearly as much as I need them to be. Okay. They're not there nearly as much as I need them to be. Star Wars was made for kids, especially episodes 6 and 1. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Now, Forces of Destiny doll line. Well, it's a series of shorts. The Forces of Destiny. To be honest, I think we saw this in a lot of recent Star Wars projects. The issue isn't always the base show. It's that the shows try to tell a different stories in the same show, which makes the flagship characters stand out as awkward outside their big moments. And that's kind of the issue with a lot of the Star Wars secondary content is you really have to pick and choose what you want. If you don't care about, if you don't want to watch Rebels, that's fine. If you don't want to watch Rebels, that's fine. I think you're missing a lot of very good stories. I think that the stories and the directions that they go in Rebels is incredible. And I think it has a fantastic amount of world building. Bad Batch, for instance. If you do not care about the Clone Wars and you don't care about if you watch Clone Wars, and not the Clone Wars, the clones themselves. If you don't care about the clones and their saga, and you watched Clone Wars and you saw the Bad Batch episodes, what was that, 4 episodes, and you don't care about them, you can skip Bad Batch and not miss a thing. There is not going to be a single thing in Bad Batch that you're going to say, holy crap, I wish I'd known that. I don't think so. Some shows, Rebels, I do think you're getting a lot of story, especially if you watched Mandalorian. If you were confused by the significance of the end of season 3 of Mandalorian, Rebels has a big part in that because there are some hefty chunks of Mandalorian storyline in Rebels. I didn't care for Jack Black and Lizzo in Mando season 3, but I did like the whole CIS remnant and sympathizer with Christopher Lloyd was good. And again, another thing people forget, forget how even decades on, they would still remain remnant and supporters. The Jack Black and Lizzo stuff was kind of interesting because everybody, you know what made me laugh about season 3 of Mando was people complaining about the new Republic, right? The new Republic, the guards, and the Jack Black and Lizzo, and people complain that, oh, after all of this stuff that we went through, why are these people in charge? Look at these losers that they don't understand the dangers, right? We did all of this stuff and they're so relaxed, and how could they let the empire rise again and blah blah blah. And I remember when I saw the people saying that, and I thought, yeah, that's the point. I think that's the point of this. I think the point of these characters like Jack Black and Lizzo being in charge, and this republic that doesn't fight and is blind to the realities of what's going on. I think that that's the point, is that they become comfortable in their peace, and this is how the First Order rises again. This is, if you think that they are stupid and they are blind and that they are weak, congratulations. I think that's the point. I think you're supposed to think that. Because when episode 7 happened and people said, how could they let the Republic, how could they let the Empire, the First Order rise again? This is kind of how. So it makes sense. It's obnoxious. I don't think you're supposed to like it. I think you're supposed to be upset by it. Did they tie Thrawn at the end of Mando season 3? No, that's Ahsoka. The Thrawn stuff came in Ahsoka. I think Jack Black episodes as Disney's poor attempt to capitalize on the fact that he was in the Mario Brothers movie around the same time. I mean, from a casting standpoint, yeah. From a casting standpoint, he's Jack Black and he's popular. But I think that the point of him being obnoxious and Lizzo being obnoxious, and you think like these are the people that are in charge of this place, they're so annoying. I think that's the point. Is that you're in a time of peace, in an extended time of peace, they're going to relax themselves. And they're going to weaken themselves. And then what happens is the First Order steps up, right? New Nazis is basically what they were. Andor showed that people are comfortable when empires rise and build and history repeats. You also want a good story on that stuff. Read Bloodlines. Is a history major to tell you, unless it's a massive kill everyone in charge revolution, you know who runs the new government after the old one dies? A lot of the same people were saying, we'll support you now and let us do what we did before with a different name for it. Jack Black is Harry Potter. Wait. Feels like half of Star Wars Disney stuff is like empty calories you munch on to eat and justify people staying on Disney Plus. But no, I don't think so. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I think it's them attempting to world build, and they want to keep the universe going. They want to expand the universe, you know, in the expanded universe sense. I just think that some of it people don't care about. I think that there's some of it that's well done and some of it that's poorly done. You know, you look at Andor. Andor is a series based on a character from one movie that dies in the movie. And yet, because they did it so well, it's a praised show. If it was bad, you'd say, I told you it was empty calories, no one would care about it. But it was good, so people appreciate it. If these other shows were good, if Obi-Wan or Kenobi, I keep calling it Obi-Wan, if Kenobi had a better flow and better characters and did more interesting things, people would think this show was awesome. This was great. Do you need to watch it? Not really. But was it good? Absolutely. I didn't even think about them being annoying. I get that front. Hell, Jen even says that. I just didn't really care for their side when the murder mystery was more interesting. To my earlier, too many stories at one show point. Ahsoka is a show about Ahsoka until it's about rebels. The Mandalorians was about Din until it wasn't. Din until it wasn't. Neither of those changes are bad, but they make up. But they make you go. Should these have been their own thing? The Mandalorians, I think, could have been its own thing, but I like where it was. I think if they go any further with it, I think it's now we've got a problem. I think that there should be a show called The Mandalorians, and it should be about the new regime that builds on Mandalore and the finding of the Mandalorian sects and cults, not cults, but the sects in other areas. SCCTS. Clearly. That's the point of those characters. In that sense, they did a good job. I just wish there were more unknown actors. Yeah, it was hard for me to see them as anything other than the actors themselves. Yeah, you're right about that. I wouldn't fully agree on that. This is how it was when Star Wars had its comic run. To be fair, empty calories are often the best tasting food. Yeah, these empty calories would be fine if they tasted good. Andor showed that people are comfortable in empires rise and build. History repeats. Also, you want a good story on that stuff? Bloodline. Wait, hold on. These are all the same things. Another thing to show fears, fear and ignorance with Leia time in the New Republic Senate. Also, Aftermath trilogy to see the bones of the First Order being born from the ashes of the Empire. Lilac, it's still in my Amazon cart. The 3 books, it's still in my Amazon cart. Yeah, it all comes down to it actually being a good show. Oh, but they should go far away from the Skywalker stuff as they can. Just whatever they want. And they do that, Dracath, and then nobody likes it. Bad Batch had nothing to do with Skywalkers or Jedi or anything whatsoever. And you know what? People didn't like it. Mandalorian, right? For the most part, that didn't really do with the Jedi stuff. In the first season, anyway. People love that. And then the third season, I would say that it didn't. Right? The third season, eventually, we had in the second season, Luke came and picked up Grogu and they left. And then they kind of undid a little bit of that in Book of Boba Fett, but then you went to other stuff. You went to the Mandalorian stuff, and you know what? People got all pissed off. They got all mad because it wasn't about Din. It was about the Mandalorians. All right, well, great, but it's not about the Jedi. Isn't that enough to make everybody happy? They tried with Acolyte, and Acolyte was in a whole different environment. It was 250 years prior, and nobody cared. They didn't care. And that's what, and the problem is that's exactly what people say. When it comes to these properties that have nothing to do with Skywalkers, and maybe they have to do with Jedi, but they have nothing to do with Skywalkers. They have nothing to do with the original trilogy or even the prequel trilogy. And people say, why do I care? I don't care what happens to the clones. I don't care what happens later on in the future. I don't care about the Mandalorian saga. I don't care about 250 years ago in the High Republic. But they're different stories. Isn't that what you want? People people say that they don't want everything to be about the Skywalkers and the Jedi, but then they don't like the other stuff that happens. Andor, and I'll give you that. Andor wasn't about that stuff, and that was great. Rogue One was sort of kind of connected, right? It was in the middle, but it was loosely connected. And people love that. People think that movie was great, and it was. That movie was fantastic. It's possible to do it, but I think that people oftentimes just don't give it a chance. They see something they don't like, and then it's just terrible. Then again, I kind of abandoned the series a long time ago during the sequel trilogy, and honestly, I kind of feel I am happier with that. It's a shame. You're definitely missing some good stuff there. To be fair, most of the Star Wars shows aren't seen as bad, just flawed, but I think the fatigue that sets in, much like Sonic, how many times do we have to accept good but flawed before people start to get stacked? Before people start to get stacked up annoyance. See, like most of the Star Wars aren't seen as bad, just flawed, except a lot of people don't bother to see them. They avoid them like the plague because they think they're going to be bad or they're unnecessary. Sectors, yeah. Sects wasn't the right word either. I don't remember what word I was trying to find there. Charters? That's not the right word. Groups of Mandalorians, right? I'm not going to call them covens, but groups of Mandalorians in other areas. That's why I was thinking sects, S-E-C-T-S. But that's not the right word. Ahsoka was natural to be with Rebels because it was where her story was last left off. Just like jump 5,000 years in the future. 5,000 years in the future, that's going to be tough. I think that would be very, very tough. Because I question whether or not that would even be identified. Well, no, I don't know. It's possible. I mean, if you really want to give me a far out there story that doesn't really have anything to do with Jedi or the Skywalkers specifically, go back to 1,100 years ago and give me the story of Tar Vizsla. Give me the story of the Mandalorian Jedi and the creation of the Darksaber. Let's wrap this whole thing up. We've seen the destruction of the Darksaber. We've seen the rediscovery of the Darksaber. Give me the beginning of the Darksaber. Let's go all the way back. Shadows of the Empire. I think they Yeah, is there anything that takes place between Empire and Return? Yeah, that's Shadows of the Empire. I think they decanonized that. I don't think that Shadows of the Empire is canon anymore. People were pitching a fit after The Last Jedi when they said that Rey was a nobody. So much so that they walked back on it to make her a Palpatine and then a Skywalker. Yeah, it's so weird because they try and go away from it, and then everybody gets mad, and then they try and connect it, and then everybody says, why does all of this have to be connected? Groups of people are going to just argue about this stuff. I think it was sex, tribes, clans. Clans is a good word. I think clans is a good word. A murder of Mandalorian. Wait, I like that one. A group of Mandalorians is called a murder. Wait, I like that. I'd argue they avoid them because they have the reputation of being flawed. So when you get something like Andor, which is pretty universally loved, it's seen as a rarity. Yeah, Mandalorian kind of did that too. I think a lot of people clung on the Mandalorian and said, "This is what I want to see." I'm just happy here watching Gundam. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, Zero. Yeah, Gundam doesn't have any controversy within the fandom whatsoever. Apparently, just don't tell them you like G Gundam. 5,000 years in the future, and when it starts, there have been no Force users for a millennia. Back to a time when there were more than 2 Siths. Interesting. Ooh, maybe a KOTOR adaptation. Bring back the Ewoks and all the magical adventures you can handle. Wait, that would legitimately be a cool concept. All extended universe stuff beyond Skywalker Saga was made non-canon. Well, no, when they did that, when they changed the canon, it was the 6 movies, the movies that were going to be in development, the Clone Wars, and the upcoming Rebels show. Oh no, not the series, Rebels. At the time that they changed the canon, Rebels was set to come out, and they said that it was the 6 movies, the Clone Wars, and the upcoming show Rebels, and then everything going forward were going to be canon. Yeah, but they're bringing stuff back. They're allowed to bring stuff back. True Gundam fans will tell you G Gundam is to be protected. G Gundam is my favorite, so yeah. G Gundam is the best though. Isn't that the one that's the 90s sort of show with the like the actiony kind of show with the younger cast, which apparently they all do now? Isn't that what most of the Gundam shows are? Yeah, G Gundam fans, rise up. So far, Skeleton Crew is a Star Wars story from Skywalker and is universally liked. Is he? I haven't actually seen the reception for Skeleton Crew. Even the grifters are struggling to get a footing in pushing any hate. Speaking of Gundam, me and my bro are doing lunchtime. We discussed some Gundam. Gundam is G Gundam is the one with the shining finger. Wait, yeah. What's the one? What's the one that I'm thinking of? Where it's like I don't know, it was like a 90s action show with the younger cast, but I mean they're all kind of younger cast, but I don't know. I thought that was G Gundam that I was thinking of. Everyone loves G unless they're stick in the mud or Gundam, be serious, war stores only. Maybe I'm thinking of Wing. Maybe I'm thinking of Wing. Hold on. Let me take a look here. G Gundam. Mobile Fighter G Gundam. So let's see Gundam Wing. No, I think it's G Gundam that I'm thinking of. Hang on. I'm looking at the characters. No, maybe it's not that one either. What show am I thinking of? Wasn't there a show that had oh man, Gundam Seed? Wait, is it? No, it's not Seed. Gundam shows. Hold on, let me just. I don't know which one. Maybe it's Wing. I'm not really sure. Gundam. Series Victory. I thought it was G Gundam. Gundam Way. It's not those. Once they got to the fancy names like Endless Waltz. Yeah, well, Unicorn. It's not that stuff. It's the older stuff. It's not Double Z. I maybe it's G Gundam and I'm just thinking of something else. Because it's not Wing. I'm looking at the sort of like title screens. Maybe it's X. Maybe X is what I'm thinking of. That looks familiar. That might be something else. I don't know. I'd have to do. No, it's not. Okay, I thought it was G Savior. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it's just G, and I was misinterpreting what kind of show it was. G Gundam is the Dragon Ballish one. That's probably the one that I'm thinking of then. G Gundam doesn't have a young cast. So okay, so maybe that's the problem. Maybe I thought what show has a younger cast? Yeah, see, G Gundam's kind of the Dragon Ball one. That's kind of what I mean, where it's like really outlandish sort of. Seed and Wing. So maybe it is Wing that I'm thinking of. Or maybe it's Seed. I don't know. No, it's before Unicorn. The thing with Rey being a nobody and then both a Skywalker and a Palpatine was more of a case of two bad writing conflict with each other. So it wasn't a case of people simply not liking it. It was more a case of people not liking it because it wasn't done right. Yeah. Following movie trying to fix that and also sucking. Don't have much to talk about the sequel trilogy because I watched episode 7 and that was it for me. You will not like 8 and 9 if you did not like 7. Yeah. G Gundam is basically Street Fighter with giant mechs, ethnic stereotypes, and all. You love it. So that is what I'm thinking of. Hold on, wait. So that is the right show. I am thinking of G Gundam. Yeah. Okay. I thought they were younger. Gundam babies. Oh wait, wait. I'm gonna have to write that. Okay, it is G Gundam. I think I just thought that the cast was younger. Okay, done. I think that's what it was. Put in the stream topics. Let's see this. It's not SD Gundam. It's not SD Gundam. Seed is so dramatic. Seed Destiny triples down on that. Muppet Babies top 5 theme song. I disagree. If you didn't like 7, you might actually like 8 and then despise 9 for sabotaging it. Ooh, that's an we won't go into that today because that's a whole nother stream, but that's an interesting topic there. That's an interesting take on that. G Gundam has a weird reputation from people who never saw it. Yeah, I feel like Dragoon, and this is kind of why I said G Gundam, because I feel like people who are hardcore Gundam fans have told me that G Gundam is very different from the show as far as tone goes. And is that fair to say? Is that fair to say that when I think of Gundam, I think, man, these kids are really going through it. And so the lesson here is war bad. Right, that's like the point when I see a Gundam project and I hear people talk about it. And then G Gundam, whenever people have brought up G Gundam to me, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like in this tone of it was a very actiony show, and it was almost like war is good. You know, when you watch Dragon Ball, you're not supposed to get the idea that war is bad. I mean, I think you're supposed to, and that fighting is bad, because then you got your main character who wants to fight everybody, and you think, all right, so is fighting good or not? The main lead is not a podiatrist, like the foot doctor. Oh wait, this is the glowing finger thing. Hold on, is this what you're saying?
Who is this creature?
Hold on.
Saishi, it's nothing for you to be concerned with. However, this ability to self-recover, allowing the
okay, so this is, I think this is what I'm thinking
to
of.
Keep on resurrecting.
Yeah,
I'm positive.
Just get to the
guy has
point
acquired
where he says
abilities of the Dark Gundam with the help of Kyoji!
Yeah, I think this is what I'm thinking of. Is this Trigger? Is this Studio Trigger? All right, where does he say the thing? Oh, okay, hold on. I think it's up here. That's like a minute long. We'll watch. I'll watch this. Oh, Trigger was long after Sunrise Studio. lot of flashing. You know what I've come to realize? Hold on.
Dawn, he's changed to that form again.
Take this, my love, my anger, and awesome power.
I've come to realize something here. I want you to listen to the voice acting here, because you can hear it, right?
This hand of mine glows with an awesome power. Its burning grip tells me to defeat you. Take this, my love, my anger, and all of my sorrow.
I think for a long time, I would see a scene like that and hear a scene like that and think, this voice acting is ridiculous. And I've come to realize when you watched in Japanese, it's probably just as ridiculous. It just sounds cooler to us because we don't understand it. I think I've come to realize that there is some voice acting where I might have criticized back in the day, thinking that the Japanese sounds better. And I think the problem is just that the Japanese is less understandable. So I think it sounds better. Yeah, it's the same in Japanese, just a few pitches higher. That's what I tell everyone. Most anime voice acting is in its own distinct style. I mean, there's been some that I don't like. There have been some that I've gone back to and I really don't like, which one of them that I will say is oh my god, Inuyasha. I tried to watch Inuyasha and I can't stand the voice acting in that show. The English stuff, I can't stand it. Yeah, I've been saying this for a while. Yeah, the acting is over the top in Japanese as well. It's very over the top show. Yeah. And it's just, and I think, so this is definitely the show that I was thinking of. And that kind of scene is exactly what I was told this show kind of is. I put the same scene in Japanese. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, no, full screen. What are you doing? Go to the, hold on. Well, hold on, his voice isn't as high. Right, he has the ability of the Devil Gundam. Hold on, I'm gonna jump to the other part. See, yeah, like that sounds so much cooler. But I'm sure if I spoke fluent Japanese and I had the same speech patterns as they do, I would hear that and think this sounds over the top. This sounds ridiculous. Inuyasha is one of those I can only watch in my dub. Other than the final chapters, since they're not dubbed here, since they came way after the rest of the series, yeah, they don't sound good at all. I didn't like. I tried to watch it because I never watched through the whole show, and I tried it a few years back, and I was like, I can't listen to this. This is ridiculous. See, I still get the same general tone in a language I don't understand. That is to say, it's all cheesy. But that's my point, Marcos, is that it is cheesy in both languages. But because we don't understand one of the languages, not just the words. Let me be clear about that. It's not just that we don't understand Japanese. We don't understand speech pattern and word structure, and so we don't get the nuance of it. There's nuance that we get when we hear it in English because we speak English. So when it sounds over the top, it sounds silly to us. Whereas the Japanese stuff, we don't understand that. It's like trying to pick out an accent in Japanese. Like if you heard people speak Japanese and you were tasked with what part of the country they're from, for instance, you wouldn't be sure. They would all kind of sound like Japanese, and that's what you would know. you have to be nuanced in the language. You have to understand the language in order to really understand that sort of separation. And since we don't really speak Japanese, we don't get that. Whereas a pure Japanese speaker would say, "Oh yeah, this sounds silly." Listen, some communities have fan awards for Japanese voice acting when they can't speak it. I think Ranma half on Netflix is finally all out. I can finally finish watching it. Oh, I can get Netflix now. And I would say to someone who's a bit put off by it to try and give it time, because you can get used to it. Are there any animes where you feel the dub scene, the dub sounds better or just as good? I've watched Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll several dozen times, and in dubbed, and I think that it sounds great. I liked Ouran High School Host Club. I thought that sounded great in English. My only problem with that show was that they kept saying they said all the like senpai and san and chan and stuff. And I think that's fine because that's what they're saying, but I think it sounds awkward in English when Haruhi kept saying Tamaki senpai. I don't think that it's completely necessary because in English we don't have those honorifics. So if you were going to translate it to make it, it's one thing to put it in the English language. It's another thing to make it sound like English speech. And if you wanted to make it sound like English speech, you have to get rid of the honorifics. So, but I think that show is perfectly fine that way. I just wish they didn't do that. I wish that they made it sound more like normal English speech patterns, which doesn't include the honorifics. Mind you, there are some dubs where they're better than Japanese voice acting. Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, Full Metal Alchemist come to mind. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell I thought had terrific dub work. I thought that was terrific, and that's an old school one. Akira had. It's funny because Akira had an original dub and then a modified dub when they redid it for the special edition DVDs. And I thought both of them were good. I just think that they messed up the names on one of them on the first one, so they changed it for the second one. But I thought both of them were good. And Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball has fantastic dubbing. I think every version of Dragon Ball that's done dubbing is terrific. Feel OG Lodoss War OVAs are pretty good, either language. The problem with honorifics is that there's no good way to translate them. So if it's in Japan, for the setting anyway, it's often better to have the people say them. Amazanga Daioh does the same in a lot of points. Yeah, it's mostly a cultural thing. No, I don't think it's necessary. That's the thing, is because we don't have them. So I think that it's fine to remove them because we don't have them. Most English dubs these days drop the honorifics unless they form like Kachan in. Yeah, and that's something different. Could be mistaken, but I think Akira has 3 different. Does it have 3? I only knew that there was an original one and then one for the DVD special edition, which is a great special edition. Oh, I really dislike American Goku's voice. Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of used to it. I think that's the problem, is that I'm used to it. I'm used to a lot of those voices. All right. I really hope we get to Spider-Man today, but I question whether or not we're going to do that because I wanted to do this other thing, which was I wanted to show off our whatchamathingies. Where's mine? There it is. I'm literally on the screen right there. The wrap-ups for what's it called? For Nintendo and PlayStation. If I hear Koner Chan in English dub, you effed up unless it's on like MHA. Yeah, and that's kind of my issue, is that I'm not really a big fan of it because again, you're not just translating it to English, you are translating it to an English audience for an English speech pattern, and that means that you have to change certain things. I'm not from an English speaking country. When I heard American Goku's voice as an adult, it sounded so out of character. I'm used to it, but I kind of like Nozawa's Goku the most. Steam Replay. I mean, I can download my Steam Replay, but let's be honest here. It's going to be nothing. It's just, what's it going to be? Sonic 2? Maybe some VR stuff that I've done on my own? Fooly Cooley also keeps the honorifics to make the dub intentionally sound weird for the sake of all the weirdness that happens in the series as an intentional style choice. Fooly Cooley is something I tried to watch, and I think maybe I need to force myself to watch that because I watched, 2 episodes, and I was not enjoying myself. I didn't like what was happening there. I don't know. Maybe it gets better, or it felt weird for the sake of weird, and that rarely works for me. Very rarely does that work for me. Fooly Cooley is peak. I may have pissed somebody off. So now I don't like Fooly Cooley, but I like Sonic Lost World. I may be everybody's enemy by the end of the week. If you don't get it on the second episode, you're not getting it. Yeah, I think I watched 2 whole episodes. I was like, I am not. I don't think this is for me. Happened at the end of Evangelion where all the artists were so depressed from Eva, they intentionally made a super weird and out there show to perk themselves up. Japanese Goku doesn't do it for me unless he's a kid. I gravitate towards the dub of it because the voices fit the most when compared to the funny dub, since I don't know the others. What's that, an opinion? How dare you? All right, so I kind of want to do this if that's all right. I looked over this one, so I did look over this one. So this won't be new information for me, but this is my Nintendo breakdown, right? Review, recap, year in review for my Nintendo progress or whatever. And you guys are welcome to share this. If you've got, at the end, they give you this sort of wrap up screen, and then you can download those. You're welcome to share those in your, let's go side chat 1, right? Side chat 1? Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind Lost World, and I don't know what Fooly Cooley is, so I won't hate you at the end of the week. All right, so I kicked it off with Suika Game. That's funny, I didn't play on January 1st. I wonder why I didn't play on January 1st. But kicked it off with Suika Game. This is a fun game. Listen, this is like $5, so this is a ton of fun. I played 47 games at 761 hours. Not gonna lie, feels kind of low. The 761 hours feels a little low. A little weird that I didn't break 1,000. Most played games in 2024 are Monster Hunter Rise, Unicorn Overlord, and Xenoblade Chronicles with the 69 hours. 182 hours. Man, wait, maybe the 761 was high. Why not side chat 2? Why not make a side chat 3? I probably should just put it in follower forms. Oh, wait, I can see more, right? Most played in September. Oh, this is just breakdowns here. Okay. Wow, this was way back in April. I didn't remember this was back in April. My gaming style. 40% action? Yeah. 26% role-playing, adventure, strategy, party, puzzle. That's funny. Puzzle is a bit surprising considering Tetris 99, although it's been kind of a slow year for Tetris 99. Played most in February. Month to month. What the hell happened here? I wonder what the hell happened here. Huh. This is curious. I like the weird jumps. Why did it go so much in February? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. So this this breaks it down by this. Yeah, I think that's what happened, Gigi. I think they gave me the PlayStation 5 around for my birthday, so I think that's what happened. So this was, I kind of wish it told you which games you played in this. Wasn't that my Xenoblade month? No, because I would have played more on the Switch. It might have been, well, I mean, we'll see when we get there. Let's see what was out when we get there. That's why, Lilac, I think it was the PS5 time, and I think that's when I was playing games like Returnal, and I was trying some other stuff on PS5. This makes sense then, because I played the hell out of this game. The Xenoblade Chronicles. That's why this 119 hours here. Triangle strategy. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. This game, I liked this game, but there were some technical issues that I had with this game that I didn't like. Unicorn Overload. This one makes sense. Wow, look, all 82 hours were played within April. And I 100% of this game. I did all of the arenas. I got all the characters. I freed all the lands. I did everything in this game, I think. I did pretty much everything. Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door. I mean, yes. GBA, you did play the Mario 3 e-reader levels. Yeah, hold on, because now I'm kind of curious again. What did I play here? $22 hours played. Because I didn't do all of the e-reader levels. I did. Did we stream Minish Cap? I don't remember we streamed Fire Emblem. Marcos, yes. I played Fire Emblem. That's why I have 22 hours. Yes. I played Fire Emblem. I think that was the month I played Fire Emblem. That's what it was. You're absolutely right. And I don't know if you were making a joke or not, but yes, I did play. Yeah, no Minish Cap stream yet. I did play Fire Emblem. That's right. And I gave it up very far into it. I have one question. Why? I was trying to understand what I thought was wrong with it. Oh no, I was guessing. No, it actually was. It was Fire Emblem. That's exactly what it was. I thought I might like it. It was later on, right? It was the one with Lynn, right? Was that the one? I thought I would like it. I did not. That's the rest of 1,000 Year Door. That's me finishing it. Yeah, look at this. My most played game was Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door for 9 hours. What the hell happened in this month? I know that at the end of the month you had too many games and all, but I don't know what happened right here. Yeah, Lynn, Hector, and some third person. Watching Ghibli movies with my mom is a good excuse to actually watch them in the first place. Which should I watch next? I don't know about Ghibli. I mean, if you watch, the only ones that I really watched were like Spirited Away and Totoro. And Totoro's great. And look, most played game this month, Tetris 99 for 5 hours. Lynn, Hector, and Roy's dad, who is also a terrible unit. You know what I remember from that game more than anything else? All right, Lynn, we need to travel the land, but they can't know you're the Marquis's daughter. And yet, every engagement, I'm the Marquis's daughter. What? Well, stop saying it. Would you stop? Final Fantasy 16 and the PS5 were those 2 months. So the Switch was just Community Day and filler. That's probably what that was. This makes sense, right? I mean, 18 hours doesn't make sense. I figured it should be more than that. 41 hours played. Maybe next month we fix that. Yep, there we go. There goes 46 hours played. 100 hours played total. All right. This is because this is because PS5 doesn't have games. Another 42 hours. See, there you go. Where's AGM? Come on, I want my kudos for all of the Monster Hunter Rise stuff. And then Vampire Survivors took over. I barely used my Switch this year outside of Monster Hunter Rise stuff. PS5 had Rise at this stage. Yes, but the only reason I was going back to Rise was because of Sunbreak. So I'm not going to restart Rise. That's insane. Here comes the big choice. Oof. Oh, wait, because I scrolled through all of these. I wish I could just do that. Can I? No, you can't do that. I told you I had looked through these already, so. Wait, is my text being seen? I see it, Box High. Why, what's up? Doom Edition 2016. No, I wouldn't play that on the Switch. I have it, but I wouldn't. I have that on PS4 4. Oh, wait. When was Doom? When did we play Doom? I thought that was last year. Pick my favorite game of 2024. So let's go. So these are all the games that I played. Jamboree. Splatoon 3. Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy. I beat those. Final Fantasy 1 and 4. I beat those. I turned this on, but I didn't actually play any of it. I really mean to give this game a try, and I got a few hours in it. Yeah, this is like, I mean, some of these are, I turned it on. Play it. World of Final Fantasy is really good. I mean, half of these games are really good. It's just, there's only so much time. It's right here. It's, what's that game? I don't like that. Yeah, that's sort of a lot like that sort of. Yeah. Pick my favorite game. To the right, one more. Just to even it out. Just to even it out on the screen. It's between two of them. So anyone who kept going to make SNES. Yeah, good 5. It's a good 5. I'll be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. It's gotta be Xenoblade Chronicles. It's between that and Unicorn Overlord. It's between Zelda and Xenoblade and Zelda. No, it was between Xenoblade and Unicorn Overlord. And it was very close. I just think, look, why not a good game? And Fruit Game. I just think that it did a lot of stuff very, very well. I think it did a lot of stuff just so incredibly well. And I really liked this game. I actually really, really did. All right, so then this is where you can download your stats. All right. Get a free printable calendar. Oh, there's the ad. Thank you for playing. Ironically, Xenoblade Chronicles for me as well. Nintendo said that's a nice pick. Yeah, they like it. As long as I spent money on it. Mario Thousand Year Door and Zelda for me. Yeah, I mean, Thousand Year Door is an amazing pick. But Unicorn Overlord and Xenoblade just did so many great things. The most played game for me is, I still haven't picked that up, Trios. Skyward Sword, I still have not picked that game up. I got to pick it up just for collection purposes. Yeah, but that's my Nintendo thing. I got to download them so I can post them. But that's my Nintendo one. Now, here's the Sony one. All right. I apologize if there's anything weird on here, because this one I haven't looked at. So I haven't actually seen this one. I'll post my year in review. Like I mentioned, GameStop took a toll on me as I'm simply tired of gaming nonstop talking, as well as being the last one in the nest. So more and more responsibilities. I never played Thousand Year Door back then, so it was pretty new. Yeah, and that's the thing. It was a refresh for me. Speaking of Skyward Sword, the Nintendo Music. Oh yeah, you're right. Nintendo Music Mondays continue on. They continue to roll on. Skyward Sword music was added on Monday. I need to finish that game. I'm at the part where it drags on. So the beginning. So you're at the start of the game. Yeah, it Trios, you press start and then it kind of drags on from there. Skyward Sword. It really cruises theme for 60 minutes. All right. So this is my PlayStation 1. Hopefully I don't dox myself here doing anything. I wonder why this is. Wait, why are you taking so long? Hello? I mean, I've been on the screen for a while. Is it gonna? Did it time me out? Hang on. All right, so let's. In 2024, I played 38 games. I played to my heart's content. My first game, because I played January 1st was me playing Fortnite. Okay, so that's why. From the very start of your PSN account, you've played 78 games. Let the doxing begin. More like you're going through the final ultimate dungeon. You go through a mandatory stealth section. You lose all your stuff. My favorite part of any video game. A lot of back and forth. All right, so that's my first game. Top 5 games. Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, when did I get Baldur's Gate 3? That's probably what happened in June and July. Wait, that might be what happened in June and July was Baldur's Gate 3. Makes a lot of sense. Baldur's Gate 3 at 116 hours, 7 Rebirth at 92 hours. XDefiant. Look at how much XDefiant I played. That is crazy. I don't even remember playing 90 hours of XDefiant. That is crazy. I thought I played more Rocket League. I thought I played more Rocket League than I played XDefiant. 89 hours on XDefiant is insane. Hope you like having to backtrack and beat in dungeons if you want to play Skyward Sword. I've played it originally. 56 hours. This isn't too bad. This is about what I thought. I kind of thought this was a little bit less, if I'm being completely honest with you. Something came out in July, I'm sure, because my Switch recap had a similar massive drop in July. It wouldn't be Baldur's Gate, though, or Lilac. When I went, hopefully this breaks it down month by month. When I went back to Baldur's Gate, weren't you playing? Well, when I started Baldur's Gate, weren't you playing it at the same time? Why XDefiant? It wasn't about to die when I was playing it. I was playing it when it was brand new, and it was awesome. And I was playing it all day. It was so good. I spent 47% of my time in the expansive world. Well, yeah, Baldur's Gate. Well, no, Baldur's Gate and Final Fantasy VII. I have 68 in June, 12 in July, 17 in August, and 69 in September. Interesting. So no. I wonder. I mean, 68 in June and 12 in July. So maybe you started a new playthrough right at the end of June? Game of the month. Wait, my check out your playtime trophies and more for each month. Okay, so this is where I scroll down. So that makes sense. Yeah, I did 43 gaming sessions for Fortnite. That makes sense. 7 Rebirth. Hours logged. Oh, that was at the end of the month. Okay. Lilac. Dawn Trail was July 2nd. No, wait. Was it the week before? Wasn't it the week before? Something came out the weekend before, because the weekend before we had too many games and John couldn't play it. And I think it might have been the Dawn Trail early access. Did Dawn Trail have a week prior early access? Maybe that's what it was. Then 7 or Final Fantasy 16, 7 sessions there. Game of the month? Wait, what? Hold on, I'm confused. What's this? Huh? What is this? What is game of the month? The store? What's happening? Gaming sessions, log, playtime? I'm confused. Dawn Trail got pushed back because of Elden Ring. It's not Astrobot, I can tell you that much. I wish I could see my total playtime in World of Warcraft. Executor /play. Don't you type in chat? Don't you type in /play and it gives you your total playtime? It used to. Yeah, why? Hold on. Why is this happening? I don't understand why this is happening. Huh, that's weird. I think that's XDefiant. Oh, I think that's XDefiant as it doesn't have a store page or image now. Ah, there you go. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, you're right. Because this is, yeah, okay. Well, not here, Executor. Rocket League. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. Played a lot of Rocket League. Spider-Man tomorrow. I mean, probably, yeah. Look at this. Look at this. 95 hours. Hey, gaming sessions. I don't know, man. It might be time for another playthrough. I know, not here. Oh, it's playtime, not played. Ah, okay. Well, for Final Fantasy, it's playtime, right? I thought on WoW. I think it's played. Oh, look at that. October, Atelier Ryza. There you go. That makes perfect sense. November. Wait, this is Atelier Ryza? Does it say? I can't click it to see all of my games. Total games played, hours logged, 71. That's interesting. I figured this would have been Resident Evil. I wonder why this isn't Resident Evil. Because we didn't start Resident Evil, and we didn't start in November. We started in October. Yeah, it's just the most played. That's interesting that this isn't Resident Evil. I guess we started it halfway through. I guess we started it halfway through. So, yeah, we started at the end of October. Okay, then that does make sense. And this one makes perfect sense. This is, and just FYI, this number's going up. This number is definitely going up. Yeah, we started very late. I want to go back to BG3, but I'm waiting for the next, definitely the final patch, guys. Okay, so hold on. I was annoyed by Nintendo with this. So the Nintendo review only goes up to November because obviously December's still going. My problem is it doesn't include last December. So on the Nintendo recaps, December doesn't mean anything because it doesn't get added to the recap this year since it's still going, but then it doesn't get into the recap for next year. I don't like that. I don't like that the recap for this year doesn't include December 2023. This one does. So I do wonder if, as I'm playing, as the month goes on, I do wonder how much more this number is going to go up. And here's the playlist just for me. I really don't care. That Venom one is can't decide what winter skin to get. That Venom one's pretty sick. That's the problem with the Game Awards too. Yeah, December games get forgotten. I don't like that. That's just an ad. I played 686 hours on. I played 644 hours on PS5. Oh no, go back. And 42 hours on PS4. That's interesting. That's kind of a surprise. I thought I played more before I got a PS5. $312. Really? And here we go. 0 platinum, baby. So the PS5 has games. Sure, they're on PS4. 11 gold, not bad. Yeah, no plats. No. That's it on that screen, right? No plats. Take a trip. It's been a long road. Oh, these are trophies that I earned. Returnal. This is a shame, man. This game. I knew what it was, and if Returnal wasn't what I knew it was, I would have really fell in love with this game. Not everyone's game of the year with no one whining whatsoever. Astrobot. Joe can't be used considering many are bitching about PS5 winning game of the year game. What's this 50? What's happening? Astro's Playroom. I did not. Oh yeah, we played BioShock. Holy smokes. I can't remember some of the games that we played. I forgot we played BioShock. Multiplayer hours, parties join. I don't worry about that. I didn't do too much multiplayer stuff. 13 digital collect. What the hell are digital collectibles? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I didn't like Astro's Playroom. I liked it for what it was in the sense that it was cute and adorable and it was a platformer and it sounded great and it felt great, made great use of the controller. But that's all it was to me. It's why it's a good example of what I don't like about collectathons is that they feel kind of hollow. There doesn't really seem to be much point to doing what you're doing. They're NFTs. Oh, these are my NFTs that I collected. I collected 13 NFTs. I have 13 Bitcoin right now. Games played, total trophies, hours played, multiplayer hour. Multiplayer hours is only like this because I don't have PlayStation Plus. And my top game was Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. They're just digital trinkets. Yeah, I'll be a trillionaire by 3024. Absolutely. Winning game of the year isn't the same as having mini games. It is just a PS staple at this point. Yeah, that's not bad. There's a Steam one too, but the Steam one. I mean, let's see what's actually on it. Let me see if I have to download this or. So it doesn't count my Fortnite and Rocket League. No, because I don't need PlayStation Plus to play those. You don't need PlayStation Plus to play those games multiplayer. It would count Helldivers, for instance. If I bought Helldivers requires a PlayStation Plus account. Then I think it would calculate it. What's interesting, I'm not really sure though. Actually, no, because that's interesting because this says 0, and I know that I played at least a little bit of Gran Turismo. And I played a little bit of that online. I think I played more than 1 hour, but I played a little bit of that online. So that's kind of surprising. But yeah, that's really it. And that requires a PlayStation account. Final Fantasy 6. This is for your Nintendo. Lilac, just post a picture. Did you post a picture? Oh, here's my. Hold on. Let me see if I can get my Steam one. Let me make sure there's nothing unsettling on there. I mean, this isn't really crazy. Yeah, this isn't really. 10 games played. I'll just tell you my Steam one. 10 games played. Top games were Helldivers, Sonic Adventure 2, and Mega Man X Legacy Collection. Let's see here. And that's it. Everything else, like Demio, I played for 4% of the time. I played Lethal Company. I did some stuff in VR. I played a couple of small things in VR. Oh, okay. Like, I see what you mean. Yeah. All right. I'll read it in a second. Yeah. Demos I played. Longest play session was Helldivers 2. Like, it's just a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, the Steam one, I don't really play games on Steam, so that's not too surprising. Nothing really fancy there. Gran Turismo 3 Let's Play? Wait. Did you also play online Armored Core? That was on PS5. That would have been on PS5. And yeah, you're right, Marcos. I did play online Armored Core. And I think that requires a PlayStation account, doesn't it? Yeah, you're right about that. Wait. Does Armored Core Online require a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation Plus account? Because I did play a chunk of that online. 52 hours Final Fantasy 6, 42 hours Xenoblade, March 22 hours Xenoblade, April 11 hours Xenoblade. Hey, you like Xenoblade? See? May 13 hours Final Fantasy 8, June 37 hours Final Fantasy 8, 12 hours in Neptunia and Senran Kagura, 10 more hours in August, September 39 hours of Echo of Wisdom. Oh, hang on a second. October 22 hours of Tomb Raider and November 40 hours of Dragon Quest 3. That's not bad. See, and again, no December. Problem with Astro's Playroom is it's not the dog from the Jetsons, so false advertising. You see, they can't show you your online history if you're not paying for PS Plus. I mean, that could be it. That's why I kept having the more I played. Still haven't finished it. I just stopped near the end. For Xenoblade, yeah, you see, you liked it. Sent you my year in review over. Let me see some of these. Steam replayed 910 sessions, 32 games. Who is this? Cyphers? Sag. This is Sag Man's Steam replay. Okay. Ba Zeros, 16 new games, 1,169 sessions, 338 achievements, 37 games played. Sir GG, 22 games played, 356 achievements, 306 sessions, 8 new games. With Hi-Fi Rush being the top one. And Ba Zero's top game looks like Final Fantasy, what is that, 14? 14? That's not a real game. Shadow's favorite game of 2024, Fate Stay Night. That's on the Switch. Played most in August. Marcos, let's see what you got here. Marcos played 45 games and 478 hours. Interesting that it's so many games and yet so much less time than a lot of the other people here. For PlayStation, 95 hours. Wow, that seems so low. I have so much more than that just in Baldur's Gate. Okay. Oh, flipping around. Okay. Flip. What do you got here? Wait, why did it do that? Okay, hold on. 59 games and 182 hours. Wow, that is low, Flip. That is definitely low. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 was your most played game? Look at that. Flip, I love how the first half of the year is almost nothing. And then for PlayStation, 9 games played, 81 hours played. Let's see, Ronan's here. There we go, Ronan. These are the numbers I'm talking about. Ronan, 223 hours in Tekken 8. Now we're talking 84 hours in Final Fantasy 16, 79 in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, 61 in Rebirth, 54 in Mass Effect. Now we're talking. Now we're getting some real numbers. Lilac, 52 games played, 418 trophies, 2,122 hours with 20 hours of multiplayer. Yeah, you play. I was just gonna ask that too. You play 14 on your system. Oh, I play a lot of pick up and play things on my Switch. I have to actively sit down and want to play my PlayStation 5 versus taking my Switch wherever I go. Plus, I have to share the TV for the PlayStation. You know, Marcos, if you had a PlayStation Portal, that would solve a lot of problems. Mine was via Blue Sky. Top game, 1,298 hours for Final Fantasy 14 for Lilac. Then 146 hours for Rebirth. That's a bit of a surprise. And was that a Queen's Blood, Lilac? Was that you playing a lot of Queen's Blood? And 143 hours in Persona 3 Reload. I'm afraid to ask what that entails. 81 hours in Outlaws and 56 hours in Sandland. That was 100%. See, that's interesting, Lilac, because so was mine. I 100%ed Rebirth. And what was mine? 89 hours? That's fascinating. The Persona 3 is 100%. Dragoon's gaming style, all they have here is 48% action, 20% role-playing, 50% adventure. With Hades being your number one game. That's a good game. That's a good game to have as number one. And Balatro is number 2. Oh, so it is Game of the Year, is what you're saying. 132 hours of Cult of Lamb. I think Lilac might have an addiction that's like 5 hours every single day. GG. If I had to guess, that's probably not far off from the truth, with the occasional 2 hours a day to get dailies done and then 8 hours the next day. if I had to guess, that's probably how it works. But yeah, that's all the ones that were posted here. So, yeah, it's always nice to see that stuff. Oh wait, Zeke's on Blue Sky is 18 games total, 441 games on Nintendo, with Cult of the Lamb, F-Zero, and Game Boy Advance being the highest there. Oh, that's the only one. Okay. Oh, sometimes I get distracted and I leave the game AFK. So yeah, Balastro's really good, but it teaches you gambling. Don't you? Do you not? What if you play Balatro and then you want to get on a plane and go to Vegas? You know, what if you start hardcore card games because you play Balatro? That's also a factor. I work nights, and when I get home, the last thing I want to do is play video games that are super intensive. Shout out to Endless Ocean being my bedtime game this year. I mean, yeah, that's ends up happening. That's why Vampire Survivors had such a high thing, because sometimes I'm in a moment where I got a half an hour, 45 minutes, I can get a couple of runs in of Vampire Survivors. My current playing time on my main character is 502 days, 13 hours, which is 12,061 hours. It's a good time though, isn't it? Isn't it a good time though when you do that? When you spend that kind of time on it? I played 4 games on PS this year. Atelier Marie Remake is $19 at PlayAsia. I didn't know that came out already. Should the next Animal Crossing take place in either an urban city, beach town, or a mountain town for all lifestyles? CT, remember how in City Folk you took a bus to the city? Can I have the main town be in the forest, and then I can take buses to other places? Can I take a boat to an island that I can then develop, and then take a bus to a mountain town that I can then develop, and then take a bus to the city where I can't develop, but there are unique stores? Can I do that? Because I'd rather it still take place in the woods. I'd rather it still be the forest game. But I'd like to go to other environments for other purposes. You would pick one You would pick which one you want. Yes, you choose which lifestyle you want, so no one's forced you to do it. If I have to pick one, I'm going to pick the mountain. As much as I love the beach in real life, if I have to pick one for an Animal Crossing game, it's going to be the mountains. But I would rather it still be in the forest and I travel to these other places. And then in the other places, like let's say I travel to the mountains and then at certain times of the year, winter fish are available in the mountains. So if it's July, I don't have to wait until January for a fish. Different in July, the mountain will have the January fish, and in June they'll have the December fish. So it's not completely locked in, and then I can sort of do that as I want to do it if I go to these other places. I like to do something like that. Where is it? Key, is that you? SSB Ridley, favorite game of the year, Pikmin 4. Is that you? And then for PlayStation, 7 Rebirth, 85 hours, Astrobot to 14 hours, and Rivals for 8 hours. You need to pick up that Rivals game. You need to pick up those Rivals numbers. They're hurting. Animal Crossing first-person shooter. Hey, that was you. Okay. Remove item degradation. No crafting fishing rods. How about no crafting fishing rods, but I have to craft bait? Because I like that. I think that would be fine. The next Animal Crossing should have villagers with personalities. I don't know. Oh, wait. Second question, do we finally get playable animal characters? No. I do not want playable animal characters. I like that. I like that as the human character. I am unique to everybody else. I don't want playable animals. I would much rather have playable people, since they are the avatar for us, and then the animals are the other characters there. I actually really don't want that. I think that it's more fun that way. Yeah, bait is what I would like. First person Animal Crossing is basically Ark. Thoughts on Atlas? I'm not familiar. Who's Atlas? What's Atlas? I wouldn't mind playing as Isabelle. Made it to Silver 2. Took me ages because I played with mostly garbage teams. I'm on Gold 3, and I think I'm in the middle of Gold 3 now, but I almost lost it. I almost lost Gold 3. I did lose it, but the shield thing saved me. If you want playable animals, you can boot up Animal Festival or Star Fox. Careful with Atlas. It's a video game like WoW or old PC games in that style. I'm not familiar with it at all. I'm mostly just playing it with my friends. And in my defense, with everything that happened to my mom, numbers trickled out. Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense, Dragoon. That definitely makes sense. My goal for next year is to do more in the Discord server itself, given I'm unable to do community day. Maybe Smash Sundays, movie Mondays, etc. Oh, who's this? Mr. L, is this yours? Most play games for Nintendo, Thousand Year Door, Ace Attorney. What is that? Ace Attorney Chronicles and Luigi's Mansion 2. Okay. Play Smash or Mario Kart if you want playable animal villagers. All right. I was going to play a game, but now I don't know. Now I don't know what to play. And I don't have my Switch with me. My Switch is at work again. Two things I never want in Animal Crossing are playable animals and date. Yeah, I don't want any sort of romance mechanics. I don't want any. I don't want to be the animals. I don't think it would be the worst thing to be the animals. I don't want it. I would rather be people. Did I see? I read your stats. I read your stats, didn't I? Yeah, I read your stats. 592 played. Hold on, let me make sure that I saw all of these. Or 59 games played at 182 hours. Yeah. Because I mentioned the drop off. At the beginning of the year because or the lack of gameplay at the beginning of the year. Marcos, thank you so much. In the hunt with a Twitch Prime subscribe for 62 months. Very much appreciate that. Oh, and hang on. CT, I owe you Before we move any further, I owe you a Gonzada suit. Atlas is a game about making your own fur short stack character. The catch pretty actually attached to a pretty solid game. A Gonzada suit. Ore wa suyoi. Ore ikara shiruba pointo. Atlas. Is this how you spell it? Let's take a look. Oh, brother. Okay. Wait. I looked at some of these pictures. This is the picture I saw. No. Okay. All right. That's the picture that popped up. I'm not playing that. I'm not doing that. Don't know about playing as the animals, but I sure wouldn't mind romance. So what are you doing? So what am I doing now? I have no idea. Atlas does not mess around. Even its banner shows that. It helps it's free on Itch.io. Is Itch.io back? Didn't it get shut down by accident? I posted a link to my year in review on Blue Sky. Yeah, I checked it. Okay. We can play Rivals. That's what I'm thinking, Ronan. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking playing Rivals. Yeah, because it's. I think we're probably too late for Spider-Man. We wouldn't get that much time in. Heads up, 7-Up. Oh my God. I'll be the first come on and say I've been playing Atlas, and aside from the stuff, it's actually pretty fun. And I guess that's kind of the problem, is that when a game like that is actually attached to a pretty fun game, it's gonna get labeled that way. You know what I had that problem with? I've always said that I had that problem with Dead or Alive beach volleyball. Oh, you're just playing it because the girls look that way. No, that's just kind of a bonus. I'm actually kind of enjoying the game. It really was. I played the Atlas demo on Itch.io, did not really like it, but it's more of a me problem. Yeah, why don't we play a little Rivals? Okay. What? Oh, you know what I did? I downloaded Dead or Alive Extreme sucks, but I like the beach volleyball game. Wait, that's not what you're talking about, right? Dead or Alive beach volleyball was great. Playable animals would be cool. That is not the point of the game. Well, I feel like playing as animals would be a slippery slope to date the villagers. For the first time, Thanatos appeared for me. Oh, okay. This is gonna say, like, do you like it because of the stuff? I'm like, no, it's a neat bonus. So that's all attached to a fun game. You wouldn't feel the pressure of debt as an animal character. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Give me a minute. Let me run to the restroom. Let me grab the rest of my coffee, which I think is still hot. And when I get back, we'll jump into Marvel Rivals. We'll play a few rounds of that. We'll put a team together. We'll see if anybody wants to hop in, and we'll see what we can do. We'll just play some quick matches. I don't think we'll do comp. But give me a few minutes, and I will be right back. Bum, 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 bum. I almost picked it up today. Helldivers 2 on PS5. I almost picked it up, and then I was reminded that that you have to have a PS Plus account. So I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that. See my stats compared to everyone. How many hours did you put in? 200? That's what? No, just two. I finally beat Majora's Mask 3D a while back, 100% with the fancy guide. To be honest, if I hadn't used the guide, I'd have been very annoyed. I'm out of. I should play Helldivers 2 again. I don't know. To be honest, I have Rivals, so Rivals is kind of getting my fix. Give me that. You play as an animal in AC and instead constantly get forced to move to other towns because you're a desired character. Oh, that's interesting. That'd be an interesting concept. Sorry, got into Majora's mid talk again. Still my favorite Zelda. Is Majora's Mask really? I just saw a trailer for the Helldivers secret level episode, and it looks so odd but fun. They're all out, right? Aren't all the secret level episodes out? Oh, I downloaded the demo. How does the game sound, by the way? We're not doing the weird audio thing, are we? I think I know why that happened before, so I think I might have stopped that from happening. Yeah, they're all out, right? Sony, remember this is temporary. No, who just should play it? Anka. Haven't been able to step into my new house before Nook forces me to move again. Imagine if you were Marshall. The Mega Man episode is like 4 minutes long. I think they're all like that, right? Aren't they all? Yeah, I just don't have Amazon. Yeah, neither do I. Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. I will say it's the hardest Zelda game to get into, especially if you hate 100% and time limits, but the time limit is why I love it myself. Do, 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 do. The Concord one I heard was like half an hour. Oh, I thought they were all short. I thought they were all like 4 to 8 minutes. I thought they were shorts. Whoosh. My niece watched me play Majora's Mask and I was at Stone Tower. So the Conquer one had the most time and effort but put into it. Ain't that typical? She was dancing to the music. People are already crying about the Superman teaser because it has color in it. Wait, what? What's the worst non-spin-off Zelda? Probably Skyward Sword. Right? Probably Skyward Sword, I would say. And Skyward Sword was still a decent game. Bear in mind, I only played the Wii one, but I think I liked it. I think overall, I'd say it was less interesting than Twilight Princess. Or gameplay was kind of a problem in that game. Yeah. I'd probably say Skyward Sword. They put out a tease for Superman as a trailer tomorrow. I saw that. I saw that they put out a tease for it, but I didn't watch it. People notice it actually has color gradients in it, and people are saying how Gun ruined Super. So literally the trailer's not even out yet, and they're already pissed off. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's just stuff like crossbow training is out. Even worse than Twilight Princess. Yeah, worse than Twilight Princess. I think Twilight Princess is a more traditional Zelda game. It has no motion controls. I think it's a bit. Well, I mean, if you played the non-Wii one, but. And what the Snyderverse? Snyderverse back? Here goes Uncle poking the hornet's nest. Oh wait. Do I have any more point thingies to buy? I have 40. Okay, no. Saving up for what's his face. I'll also be on Rival soon. Except Twilight Princess is a better soundtrack. Oh, AGM. My most played game on the Switch was Monster Hunter Rise. I thought you would appreciate that. Morning. I played Twilight Princess on Wii. Hot take: I like it better than the GameCube version. I played the Wii one also. Yeah, see, there you go, AG. I'm going to make it up to you by Monster Hunter Rise being my most played game on the Switch for this year. He also said Rise wasn't worth playing again in 60 FPS, that it deserves 30. It deserves 30. No, it deserves 60. Freudian slip. It deserves 60, but I'm not going to give it 60 because I'm not going to play the whole thing again. Listen, Rise was a 300-hour commitment, all right? That's 300 hours. Dallas region is on again. Yeah, it automatically turns on. I have to turn it off every time. Yeah, it automatically turns on. I mean, to be fair, it works fine for me. The only reason I have to turn it off is because you guys have a problem with it. But it works fine when I play it. That's fair enough. That's the reason why many people's first mod is to speed run the game to end game, because they want performance but not replaying it. Which is, honestly, if it was cross-platform, I would have bought it and then played it on PS5 just to see what it's like. No, Monster Hunter doesn't have cross progression because Rise came out on the Switch way early. It was a Switch exclusive, and then later it came out on PlayStation. Are we good? Here, we'll do quick match. I have 130 on North Virginia, 256 in Dallas, and 361 in Oregon. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. All right. We'll give it a whirl. We'll see how it goes. We'll just do quick matches, so we're not. It's not excessive. We're not losing points. What are the points called? What is it called when you rank, like your ranking points? That's why people are excited for WoW to be crossplay, not cross save, but hey, every version at launch, so that's fine. Let's see what are you guys playing?
I'm here to finish
I'll
the
play
fight
Penny.
that my father began. I hope I make him
I'll play
proud.
Penny, and then we'll see where we go from there. Match took more than 0 seconds. Dead game. True. Missed my chance. Oh, Drakus, you can still pop in. Thank God we'll take your place until you come in for the next round.
Pretty sure I'm still the coolest spider hero in any reality.
30 seconds before you attack.
Don't worry.
Get ready.
Thank God is going to hold it down for you. That's the most Xbox 360 name. Was he XX? Look, he's X, thank God, 69420X. Holy crap.
Obata love to play them on the oldies
There
station
is
for me.
no one edgier. No, Drakus, I figured we'd just make a team. This way we don't have to wait for everybody to show up. We'll just make a team.
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
This is a nice spot.
Like lambs to the
Mine's in place.
Yeah, well,
Here, I'll just put the hair.
that fucking hurt.
Spider scanner's located
The
alone.
mission area is yours to capture
This is
now.
gonna hurt. You know what to do, spiders?
Mission area is yours.
Too many enemies. We did it.
Oh, no. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I love how Penny makes the Luna feel old. Uh-oh. Oh, they captured it? They capped it already? Yeesh.
I've placed an order.
Whoa, easy there.
Monkey's off the menu.
I'll patch you up.
Unlike the cold. I'm counting on you, friends.
I can heal
Mine's
you.
in place.
I keep missing with the nets. Oh my god, thank god. Thank god this is the first game of the day.
Fireworks. Powering up.
Your team's capture progress.
Yeesh. Whoa. Oh, I'm whiffing with these nets. Wait, is there somebody behind me? Okay.
Deep freeze.
Oh, the third! Yes! Hold on. I'm gonna ult in 3, 2, 1. You can't tell. It doesn't matter because there's a delay between what you can hear and what you can see. Alright, gotta be careful because Jeff's about to. No!
Team play. That's me.
Mine's in place. You're up, little one.
Whoa! Oh no!
You'll have to keep fighting.
Oh, it's the sword! No, get the sword! Oh god! No! No way I was out of the circle! I was out of the circle! No! That sucks. If he ults in your penny, drop mines at your feet as he spins, he grabs everyone. Oh, I've killed... Oh, that's why that's happened before.
What I do may
I've
seem
ki-
dangerous,
I'm
but
pretty
I've
sure
never
I've
felt
killed
safer than
Jeff
when I'm with Spider.
after he's popped the ult, and I wondered how that was even possible. I thought I was getting that wrong. Is that how that happens?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Be strong
We lost
together.
Danklord?
Hey, Rocket. Quill, you got your
Oh
ship.
no, we lost
If you
Danklord.
do,
Oh my god, we got
let's get
rolled
outta
on
here.
though. Look at our
But
team.
we're
Yeesh.
supposed to save
What
the
happened?
world? Fine. We'll save the world.
His entire area was him moving. It triggers. I didn't know it absorbed items. I didn't realize it
Battle
absorbed
starts
other
in
items
5,
too.
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Oh,
Got it?
Danklord wasn't happy with us. I think we disappointed
No
him.
offense, Spider.
I think we ruined his Wednesday night.
Mine's in place.
Farewell.
Powering up.
Behold the god of thunder!
Yeah.
I'm fucking helpful.
I am ready to put on a show. Area is yours to capture now. Mission area
I'm
is
counting on you, friends. Mine's in place.
Oh, Luna's almost dead.
Blew up, but you're ready for action.
You know, when I put the stupid, when I put my little drone popper thing there was a wall.
It's gonna hurt.
I was protected.
Systems restoring.
See, Danka's gonna regret this because Danka's not gonna realize that we're about to just completely destroy everybody.
The Keel's a
All right, let me save my. I'm gonna save some mines. Okay, they gotta stop with this thing.
Oh boy. Here they come.
Whoa. They gotta stop with this thing where I put my mine thingy down. And then the wall disappears.
Mine's in
By the eye of Agamotto.
Yeah.
half of the mission
Yeah.
area.
Jordan does pop up to bite everyone in hitbox, and then mines all pop off. Okay, because I know Magneto's special. That's what happens is that he absorbs all projectiles that are launched in his range.
Whoa, these Keels.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh my god. Nah, nah. Oh wow, I thought I would be able to heal up.
That one hurts.
Time for some fireworks.
Does that work? Does it just drop mines like that? Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I got decimated. Take the kill Venom's ult the same way as Penny.
I am ready to.
We're back in action.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Okay. All right, going in. Where's Maluna?
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
System's restoring.
Whoops.
Time for to get fireworks.
I'm a little concerned because Jeff. Okay, look out for Heck Unleashed. Oh, they're gonna get it. All right, we gotta rush those.
I found one of our critics.
We had to rush that. Dank probably sweared when their mom walked past and they got grounded.
Ready for another go, Spider?
Oh, we're headed over there. No, no. We're coming back.
Time for some fireworks.
Okay, why did that happen? No! Ah, I forgot to drop my mine. And we lose. Because Jeff's terrible. Because if there's a slur for sharks, I want to use it because Jeff is terrible. I blame Dank God. I kind of do. Actually, I'm pretty sure we didn't do well in that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and blame us on that one. I think that is fair. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and blame us on that one. That was yeah. That is an entire team difference, except maybe for their Moon Knight is probably on our level. Yeah, that was kind of a mess. That was kind of a mess of a game. That's okay. First game. Jeff happened. What was your? You said you blocked this thing. I noticed that that's happening more than I realized.
It should have been me.
I didn't realize there were so many ways to block their ults. I'm used to Penny. You know, Penny. Oh my God! What the hell? What happened there? Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize there were so many ways to block ults. That you can, Hella's, for instance, one of the ones that I've seen a couple of times recently. When Hella goes up and she fires down the Hell Unleash, whatever it is, and she starts firing the things, Strange can go up there. He can fly up and then get in front of her with that shield that he does and block the entire ult. He basically, because the shield stays up, he blocks the whole thing. Draken, did you want to get in? Oh, and Marcos, have a good one. It's Friday, thankfully. You're off to work. Have a good one, Marcos, if you're still here. I'm requesting, but Greg did not. I didn't. You just saw me. I didn't click anything. There we go. Jeff's ult doesn't have a ceiling, so if you're, say, Storm or Star-Lord. Oh, is that true? I heard people say that, and I wasn't sure if that was true or not. All right. I wasn't sure if that was true or not. Why is the thing so bad? I should be on Wi-Fi. And I only have 2 bars out of 3. Yeah, Jeff is ridiculous. Yeah, Draken, that's why I don't do comp
I'm
here.
not judging.
That's why I'm not doing
I'm here to finish
competitive
the fight
modes.
that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Because I know that people won't want to play if they're putting their rank on the line. Uh-oh. Jeff and Hawkeye nerfs eventually. There's probably a few more that could use it. I still think Iron Fist should probably be nerfed. I think Spider-Man might need a little bit of a nerfing for his ult.
My dad built Spider for himself, but I feel like I was born to pilot.
I'm seeing people saying they're not happy about. Wait, what happened there?
Be strong together.
Where'd you get the mech?
Look, the
It was
net
your
is
dad's.
there.
He died piloting it, and then I took over.
You know who killed him?
But the graphic
I don't
disappeared.
want to talk about revenge. I just want to carry on his work.
Look at my health. Watch, it's gonna go back down,
The battle starts
and
in
then
5,
standing on a net restores.
3,
If
2,
you see it on your
1.
end, I don't see it on my end.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Cloak and Dagger. That's another
Loki
one that
sure
I'm hearing,
has
but I have
his
no,
stamp on things
I
around
have
here.
no frame of reference with that character. I have a bad experience with Black Widow players. Whoa, what the hell? Holy smokes.
We've got a robot infantry.
Nah.
I'm counting on you, friends.
Oh!
The mission area.
Lilac, you okay? Are you typing? I think healing as a whole needs to be nerfed. I don't know.
Just needed
I don't know
a
if
few
I want it
repairs.
nerfed. Okay, why does that like glitch out sometimes?
They captured the mission area. How? You're frozen.
Oh, you dead? Oh, damn.
Vengeance is mine.
I needed that. You're up, little one.
Oh, wait, they got a what's a thingy? Oh no. I didn't realize they had a what's her face? Oh, we're doing terrible. This is a bad night. This is because we were supposed to be playing Spider-Man.
Ready
is
for
my
another
fault.
ghost fighter?
I might not play today just because this is I'm gonna lose ranking.
Mine's in place.
Okay.
The War Journal.
Your team's tactical progress.
Oh my god, I'm out. Get out of my way.
Powering up.
Good lord. Alright, I'm going over here. I got a healer on this side.
Time for some fireworks.
Be strong. Spider bombs.
Yeah.
Mine's in place.
They've almost got it.
I know they do, but we don't have a choice. No! No! It's Spider time! No! Spider time. You're playing Spider-Man. It's not too far off.
Battlefield ready again.
Ready for another ghost fighter?
Alright, I'm gonna save my ult.
Mind the exploding plasma.
In ranked, the strategy that's become popular is if you're winning is to swap the 2 to 3 tanks and 3 healers. If you literally can't push the team off the point, even if they can't kill you. I mean, that's Dragoon, but that's just strategy. You're always going to come up with some sort of strategy like that because your objective is going to change. That makes sense. I feel like that's normal.
Robot. I win.
I feel like whether you nerf healing or not, or whatever, if you nerf DPS, you nerf tank, I feel like no matter what you do, players are going to develop those kind of strategies
30
because
seconds before
that
you attack.
strategy is
Get
based on
ready.
what your objective is. Is your objective to keep them off the point for the next 30 seconds? Is your objective to keep them back so that you can progress your convoy? Like, that's just going to change. But it's possible because healers are so strong that if you have
The
enough,
battle
you can't
starts in
kill the
5,
other team,
4,
which is not always the point
3,
though.
2,
I think that's to me.
all you
I
need
actually
to
think
do
that
is
makes
capture
more
the mission
sense.
area. Got it?
Because if the point was always just to kill the other team, this game would be deathmatch. And it has to not be deathmatch. They have to make it so that there are other objectives and there's other reasons to try and do things. Because then, yeah, it would turn into team deathmatch and everybody would complain that there's only one way to play the game.
It seems we have come to shot. These spiders
I don't think that's entirely wrong.
Little one. Time for some fireworks.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
It's
All right, hold on.
time!
Oh, he's almost dead. Oh my God. If you have one healer and you have one healer and the entire team lives forever. It depends on the healer though. And obviously it depends on the player, because some people are just better at the game than others. I played a game yesterday, I think it was, and the Rocket had 23,000 healing, which seems kind of unheard of for even good healers. That seems kind of high.
I am ready to put on a show. Here they come.
Yeah, yeah.
I suck.
Time for some fire.
Ah, crap. Spider time.
Turn around.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
I'm counting on you, friends.
Yeah. Healers in this game only die easy if they're solo. If they're with the tank to do another healer, good luck with shots. Yeah, I mean, and now, I don't know. I don't particularly think that's a bad thing. I do think that. I think that if you make it so that, like, the healers are supposed to be kind of squishy, so I understand the concept that they shouldn't be as easy to kill. That they shouldn't be super difficult to kill. But at the same time, if you make it so easy to kill them, no one's gonna want to play it. The weird thing about this game is that for the most part, this game seems to be 33 DPS that can do some extra stuff. That seems to be the point of this game. Right? The tanks do incredible damage. The healers can do incredible damage. It seems to be 33 DPS, and some of them have a few other things that they can do. Right? The DPS can kind of heal, or the DPS can heal, and the DPS can tank. That's almost what this game feels like.
Can't expect to win them all.
You kind of have to, like, you kind of have to do that with games like this. Because remember, there's no roll queue. Yeah, the double sniper wasn't helping us. We weren't going back. I'm kind of, if I'm being completely honest, and I hope nobody gets mad at this, I'm kind of like taking it. I'm playing it, but I'm not locking in the way I should be. It doesn't help that there isn't a single healer under A tier. I don't know, because then that. It just feels like there's this idea that if you make characters that are worse than others, no one wants to play them. So the answer to that is to make everybody good, but then everybody gets mad because everybody's good. So do you nerf the characters to the point where they're all equally average or worse? Or do you let them all be good? It's such a weird thing to balance, because there are characters that are good, but that's another thing, is that I think some of these characters have to be played differently. Most people agree that Hulk is a bad tank compared to the other ones. Compared to Magneto and even like Captain America, I think a lot of people think that Hulk is kind of a bad tank.
The
And yet,
heroes could make all the
I've
difference.
watched Hulk
I'm here
be an
to finish the
amazing
fight that my
tank.
father
You
began.
just have to play
I
it
hope I make him
differently.
proud.
I main healers in these games. I feel too powerful. Yeah, so then what's the solution there? Like, you nerf them, okay, but then what happens when they're so uninteresting to play because they die so fast? No one wants to play them. Yeah, Hulk is kind of a bad tank, if I'm being honest with you. And I think the problem is just that most people play him wrong. They play him like they're rushing you. A lot of the tanks. See, buff the others. Stone. But you're all saying that the healers. Like, I'm assuming you're talking about the healers.
I'm a spider.
You're saying that the healers are all A tier. How do you buff that?
The worst part about white
That's gonna make the problem worse.
states,
if the problem is that the healers are impossible to kill. Buffing them is going to make it worse. So the solution is to make them all worse. Buff the tanks and DPS.
The battle starts in
And let me
5,
tell you what the problem is going to be there.
3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
The problem is going to be time to kill.
Took us a long time to learn.
You're going to buff the tanks, you're going to buff the DPS. And what's going to end up happening is that they're going to be so powerful that the second they... what the hell was he doing? Why was he moonwalking into the battle? The second you buff them and they show up on the field and the character dies, no one's going to want to play that. No one's going to want to play against that. The time to kill gets too high.
I know that sound. We make quite a team.
A boom of light.
Double KO.
This is gonna hurt.
Or a dagger. Just embrace the light.
Why is Hogo's low tier in games? Probably because it's so easy. Like, he's such a fan favorite. They always want to make him high tier,
Time for some
but then
fireworks.
you can't. All right, who are my healers? Healers, count. Healers, get ready. I'm gonna count to 5 and then I'm gonna rush in.
A boom of light.
Actually, no, wait, never mind, because they're half dead.
Fireworks.
How we doing? They're not back there, are they?
Please.
Okay, healers, get ready. I'm gonna rush in. I'm gonna give you some time for the stream to catch up.
Systems restored. It's party time!
Okay.
This is gonna hurt.
Born again! Berserker!
Whose special was that? I haven't even seen that. That's the first time I've literally ever heard that. Was that Wolverine?
On your toes. They come.
Just keep an eye out. Make sure they don't go back. He has the hand clap.
Place.
He has the hand clap thing.
That one hurts.
How are we doing?
Time for some fireworks.
Whoa, good one. Oh, no! No, I'm locked!
I know that sound.
Whose ult was that? Was that ours? Yeah. Fall back!
I am vengeance.
You know what to do,
right.
Spiders?
Oh,
Here comes trouble.
I'm ulting in 5.
It's in place.
No, I'm not. No, wait, yes, I am. Ulting in 5.
It's spider time! Spiders get the job done.
Us against the world.
Systems restoring.
Oh, my goodness, almost dead.
Mine's in. Only 60 seconds left. I know that sound.
Yes. Whoa.
Here comes trouble.
Oh, no. No, don't die. No. Oh, I was alive for so
Ready
long.
for another go,
Down to
Spider?
30 seconds.
I did, 16. No, don't. Oh, no way they're going to cap it in the last 30 seconds. That's bad.
Stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Mine's in place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm counting on you, friends.
Better stop that vehicle.
Mine's in place.
Oh, stupid Iron Man.
Some perturbation.
Oh my god.
It worked.
Oh my god. I need help.
I like the cold.
Powering up.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it's spider time!
Maximum by the eye
Maximum effort. Oh no.
Not to worry about.
No. No. It pays. Oh, good. I rarely see you kill anyone with that. It's more. I mean, I do depending on who I'm playing. I've actually gotten pentakills with her ult. Lilac. That's why I say it. That's why I say in 5 rather than just do it. That way, by the time it catches, I don't know how long the stream delay is. So I say it so that by the time you hear it, I'm ready to go.
This is gonna hurt. Powering up.
Yeah.
the moon.
Oh no. Oh, delay is 7 seconds. Okay. My bad. Since you clear best characters
Ready for another
you may have a
Ghost Fighter?
balance issue. I mean, you definitely have a balance issue, but I don't know. I don't think that it's easy. I think that it's difficult to solve because you don't have roll queue, which means you rely on everybody to want to play everything. Okay, that was mean. Oh, what's happening? Why? Wait, why I can't get through here?
How do you like that, can't you?
That was annoying.
Behind you.
You know what to do, spiders? Time for some
All right,
fireworks.
we gotta get on the. Gotta defend at the point.
Some perturbation on
Us against the world.
Only 60 seconds left.
powering up. One less song to worry about.
Oh, I messed up there. That was my fault.
Mine's in place. Here comes trouble.
Kill the boogeyman. There we go.
Maximum pulse by the eye of Agamotto.
No way! Oh my god. No!
Seconds.
Yeah, but do it totally safe. I mean, that's the problem. Like, it's so difficult because
That doesn't count.
damn.
They hit a
Um,
checkpoint. Now might be
Like,
the
well,
time to
okay,
stop
so
them.
let's look at this from the other perspective. Let's talk about
Mine's in
tanks.
place. Powering
You know, you could say that tanks are impossible to kill. If they have a even moderate healer, they're impossible to kill. But then what's the solution there? You make them easier to kill? No one's going to want to play a tank in a game that requires tanks. You need to have that as a role. It's always going to be a balancing issue.
destroy
The moon haunts you.
Yeah.
This item seems ancient and powerful.
This is gonna hurt.
All right, my thingy dead? Oh, my thingy.
Stop the vehicle here. I heard it.
All right, looks like we got to stop.
Yeah, sure.
You know what to do, spider.
Okay, we got to stop. I got my ult for the next time. All right, Moon Knight's dead. That was a good sort of split up.
60 seconds left.
Oh, Magneto! Oh, Magneto dead!
We'll work together. Time for some fireworks.
I got my ult. When they try for their last rush, I'm gonna ult again, and then drop the mines to defend. Oh no way! They saved
For some
Strange
fireworks.
right at the last second.
Down to 30 seconds. Us against the
All right, Strange is dead. Magneto won't be back in time to really make a difference, so we should have stopped him here. All right, I'm gonna ult right now just to make a wall here.
No coming back from that. It's the grand finale. Admit it, you need me.
But
Another epic victory.
The caveat here is most don't think the other roles are clearly broken, just specific ults and skills. Yeah, as a whole, most agree the healer's role, regardless of character, is too strong. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I wonder if I think that they're too strong. I think that they're strong. I definitely think that they're strong. I'll tell you what I will admit. And maybe this is kind of the point. When a healer isn't present, everybody dies really fast. Think about that. Think about the nature of that. Think about the fact that when that Doctor Strange right there, before that healer showed up, he went down like a sack of potatoes. I almost killed him just with my regular shots and a couple of mines. Even a tank character, without the healing, he was going to die really fast. So you would have to nerf the healers, but then also buff the other roles to make sure that they don't insta-die, because some of them do. Some of them, once they start getting wailed on, if there's not a healer around, they're dead. It's over. You just die. Yeah, so tanks need buffs. And then, but then even some people don't think all of the tanks need buffs. Some people think that Doctor Strange is too strong. Some people think that Magneto's a bit too strong, which I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, it's an interesting balancing act. And bear in mind, not a lot of people play tanks. Not a lot of people like tanks. So, and again, that's the problem, is that if you make it so that, because not a lot of people play healers either. Yeah, Strange is a tank. Not a lot of people play healers either. That's always the problem when you look at MMOs and games like this, is that no one wants to play the support roles. Everybody wants to be a DPS. Nobody wants to play the support roles, healing and tanks. So you have to make everything seem more enjoyable. If you nerf the healers and you buff the tanks and you buff the DPS to the point where the healer's role is less significant, because that's what will happen. If you nerf the healers so that the healing isn't as high, and you buff the tanks and the DPS so that they don't need as much healing, you make the healing role feel less relevant, and now fewer people will want to do it. And it's not going to feel as interesting. Yeah, I play as tanks and DPS on 14. A lot of people play those roles. People generally don't like playing that stuff. I remember back in the WoW days, the hardest times were finding tanks and healers, especially healers. It was easy to find tanks. Healers we always had a hard time finding it. Yeah, a big complaint is that not a lot of people play healers. So how do you fix that? You make the healing more relevant. You make it more enjoyable. You make it more important. Healing didn't seem fun in WoW. Healing never feels fun for a lot of people in games. At least tank kind of feels like DPS. So I don't know. I wonder. Sure, you could say that the healing needs to be nerfed, and then the tanks need to be buffed, and the DPS needs to be buffed as far as damage. But if you do that, you make the healing less of an important role, and I think fewer people will want to do it. And I think that's kind of the danger. That's why I like a lot of what I've seen of the healing in this game, is that you do damage if you hit an enemy, and you do healing if you hit an ally. So you feel like this is kind of why I said that. You feel like a DPS. Every role in this game, that was the last game, by the way. Going on a high note. Every role in this game feels like a DPS. Tanks, like, look at I did 18,000 damage, which should be as much as the DPS, and in this case, it was more. Look at the healing. The healing was close to me. Stone did almost as much healing as I did damage, and then combined with the damage that they did, is about the same. You know, look, at 13,000 damage, 13,000 healing, 5,000 damage, 18,000, and I did 19,000 damage. Their cloak has 21k. Wait, their cloak had 21,000 healing. That's high. That's unusually high. I saw a rocket that did that yesterday, and so that's really high. But then they still lost. And here's the thing, and this is kind of what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about this. They did 21,000 healing, and the other one did 15,000 healing. That seems very high, but they lost. So, despite the fact that they damage blocked, look at how much. Look at their stat. Hold on. Let's actually, if we're gonna have this conversation, then let's have this conversation. Look at how much damage they blocked with their 2 tanks. 49,000 damage they blocked. They healed 36,000 damage. They DPS'd 20,000 damage just from their DPSs, and then another, what is that, 17, 18, another 20-something, 22,000 damage from the support characters doing all that damage. They did all of that, and they lost. So what that tells me is that this game is not about how much healing you're doing, and it's not about how much damage you're doing. It's about how you're playing the game. Yeah, we're basing this on a casual quick play. If we base this on a ranked match, what's my, hold on, let me look at my ranked matches here, because I think it saves the matches. So, hold on. Leave the room. How do I leave? Leave. Confirm. Yeah, view my history. Gallery? No, here. History. There was a game we played the other day. It was crazy good. What's today? The 18th? I think the 16th we had a game that was wild. Let's see here. Quick match, competitive. Here, we'll go to the most recent one. No, it's quick match. Quick match. We'll go to this one. So we won this one. Oh, later, Trios. Have a good one. Thank you so much again, Trios. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I very much appreciate that. You need to factor in game mode, positioning, and map layout too. Yeah. Okay. So this is a competitive match. This is gold. I'm gold 3 at the time here. This is I think the last game I won on ranked. 10,000 damage, 19,000, 22, 21, 22 and 21,000 were the DPSs. Healing. There you go. That's the one. Look at the healing. Look at the healing on the rocket. 36,000 healing on the rocket. And then let's go to the losing team. Significantly less. Significantly. This might have been a bad example. Significantly less on some of these. So this might have been a bad example. But I mean, that's still good healing. Look at Sabanur right there. 19,000 healing. That's pretty high. This is a 3-part domination. Was this? No, this was Eastguard Convoy. This was Eastguard Convoy. Can I watch these matches? Can I watch these? I don't know if I can watch some of these. We had a match that we won that was crazy. That was like, that went down to the wire. Was it here? I thought it was. You can. Yeah, so this is Eastguard. Is this the right one? That's the same one. Far right. Yeah, you go to the far right. Okay, so let's go to another one here. Of course I want to go to one where I won. That was 9 minutes. That was crazy. That was fast. It was one of the high. We had one that went, it was like full length. Is it this one? Look at this one. Oh, look at. Of course I want to watch this one. What was that? It was right here. This is Oh, this was silver
The
too.
right heroes could make all the difference.
How do I fast forward a little bit? Okay.
The spider controlling my suit is small, but fierce. Just like me.
So that's me. So we'll skip ahead.
I smell it from.
They'll be coming in.
The other thing that complicates the issue is all the healers aren't just healers. They also, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that the tanks are the same way, where the tanks feel like DPS and the healers feel like DPS. It's just they have other things they do.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
And let me know if you want to switch. If you want to watch somebody else. Like, do you want to watch one of the healers or? There was one of these games. It might have been this one that I wanted to upload. I wanted to upload it to YouTube.
This is gonna hurt. Keep forging ahead.
They have to become if it was pure healing, it would be boring for some people. Can we watch the fist? Look at it. Oh, look at that. Look at that savior. Oh, that's the high guy.
Fireworks.
That guy saved me. The fist. That's this guy. Yeah, you don't really DPS with Rocket. So I wonder if that's why Rocket has such crazy high healing numbers. Because Rocket doesn't really have a DPS. You wanted to watch this guy? He's dead. I'm going to watch the fist. He's dead already.
I always come back.
Yeah, he picked Bucky and his name is the fist. Here, we'll watch her. She's on our team.
Better stop that vehicle. They've made it halfway.
MMOs have the same thing. White Mage in Final Fantasy 11 and 14, while known as a pure healer, is given basic DPS skills just so they can do stuff in times where they don't need to heal. Yeah, and in this game, that's the thing is that this game doesn't really do that. This game doesn't do, oh well, we'll give them a heal. Well, there'll be a healer, and then we'll give them something to do when they don't need to. For some of the, for some of these characters, their healing is their DPS.
There's still a chance to stop them.
I don't think healers need to be severely nerfed. I just think the amount they heal can be reasonably reduced. Yeah, I mean, reasonably.
I always return.
Oh, here we go. I don't even feel like watching that guy. You know what, Jeff? No.
Powering up.
And these are the enemy.
Everybody
Can I see the?
sometimes.
Okay.
Or a dagger. Spider mode. Better stop that vehicle.
I don't even know why I wanted to watch this. I forgot what the point was. The game didn't come up with the healers doing things other than healing. Paladins and Overwatch do that as well. Can we watch the Jeff? Yeah, let's watch the Jeff because hopefully he dies. I don't think so. Like again, Luna's healing is easily outgunned unless I use her cooldown to turn the next 8 seconds of shots into double power or her ultimate. And her ult has 2 ways of using it, right? Doesn't her ult have 2 ways of using it? Overwatch has healers that can lead in damage. Yeah, see, like this right here, this water thing, isn't that the same attack? That's not like he's using the healing one or the damage one. Isn't it it's just that thing. And then if it hits an enemy, it damages them. A lot of the role buffs are because the healing at the moment is so high. If you reduce that, a lot of the other roles are fine. Oh, it's 2 buttons. It's 2 separate buttons. Okay. His bubble. I know his bubble's like that. When he drops bubbles, if the enemy walks into them, they take damage. Is Mantis any good? People are saying Mantis is probably the best healer so far. People are saying she's the best support character. Strategist, is that what the game's calling them? With Luna, you just kind of hold the attack button and point to the mass of people. If you hit an ally, you heal. If you hit enemies, you damage. Yeah, Mantis apparently is insane. I'm tired of watching it. I can't. He's terrible. In this, Jeff and Luna buff each other's heal, making both. Well, Luna does like she buffs everybody's. I think she buffs a bunch of stuff or something. Yeah, Mantis is easy and strong. Jeff is more a BS cheese character than a good character. He sucks, is what he does. Alright, watch this. This is, I think this ended up being a good spider time.
Loki can't get more sack. It's that simple.
Look, and then I'm in that, I get extra healing. Oh no, that wasn't okay. Mantis has pretty strong attacks, but focuses on pure heal and her ability. Not into heals a ton, but she can do a crap ton of damage. Rocket's revive thing is essential. So's Adam Warlock has one that's kind of weird. I kind of like his, but I feel like enough people don't play as him. Yeah, that was bad placement on that for me.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Luna's ult super powerful AoE heal with a minor damage boost, which I can hit a button to be a slow regen but a powerful damage. That's the purple thing. I didn't know that was a thing. That's the purple thing. This is something that I'm trying to get better at, which is I'm low on health. Let me retreat. I'm trying to be more aware of that. Yeah, look, I got a kill.
Double KO.
Boom, go the spiders.
I got a kill. I don't know if I killed. Hold on. Oh wait, my bad.
Better stop that vehicle.
Time for
They
some
hit a checkpoint.
fireworks.
Scratch.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
Hold on.
Time for
They
some
hit a checkpoint. Now
Who did I
might
kill with
be a
that?
good time to stop them.
There's a scratch. Okay, so it wasn't. I thought it was the
I
shark.
care nothing for the treat,
Luna, but I would thwart Loki.
Time for some fireworks.
I love the little mini. I like him. Just I don't want to like him because he's annoying.
Powering up. This is gonna hurt.
Everybody needs a hand. Or a dagger.
Oh, he's so annoying. But yeah, I mean, what are the numbers right now? Look at the way the numbers are right now.
This is gonna hurt.
Beholds the god of thunder!
You know, the tanks are damaging as much as... Oh, look at our team. The tanks are damaging as much as the DPS are. And the healers are damaging about half. And their healing's about even.
Dangerous!
But everybody's doing their roles really well. I mean, there's definitely a healing diff here, so...
Only 60
That's
seconds
probably
left.
about it. You can play Adam Warlock almost like a sniper. I just realized Rocket's revive is called BRB. Oh, I haven't even played him, so I didn't know. That's kind of funny though.
Powering up.
Yeah,
Time
I mean,
for some fireworks.
how long is this match? We got 40 seconds left on this side.
You stopped them in their tracks.
Probably won't. I won't watch the whole thing. I just wanted to talk about. I wanted to have this playing while we talked about this.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I think that I think part of the issue is the healers often neglected. So it's good to see them on top, but the game should be balanced. It should be balanced, but you also have to worry about what that balance looks like and what it does to the game. And I think that the game is fine with it the way it is. I worry about
Final 10 seconds.
I worry about if you unbalance it and you unbalance it the wrong way, are you going to create a situation where people don't want to play that that role? You also can't ignore the issue. And maybe that's a better question to ask then is it that much of an issue? Has anybody, I mean, I'm sure people are saying it. I'm sure people are saying that they need to be nerfed, but why? Is it because the game is impossible to play, or is it because it's hard to get kills? Because if you make it easier to get kills and people are dying faster, they're going to be more pissed off. They're going to be more frustrated. And if the healers are easier to kill, they're not going to want to play healer. They want to feel like they're doing something.
Team to win this one.
So the question starts to become, if you nerf it, what effect is it going to have on the people that are playing the game? Are they going to want to play that character? it's a tough balance to strike because remember you're talking about a game that doesn't have roll queue. So you have to rely on players wanting to play these roles. And if you make it to the point where they don't want to play them because it doesn't feel worth it, they're not going to do it. I admit that, yeah, if there's a real issue, you're arguing to the extreme though. Yes, I am definitely arguing to the extreme. And the extreme is that people don't want to play the role. Except it's not really that extreme because we've seen that in other games. This is what we were saying earlier. We've seen that in Final Fantasy XIV and other MMOs. We've seen that in other games that have these sort of role-specific situations. It's not that extreme because we do know that it's happened. I don't think it's going to kill the game. I'm not saying dead game if they do that. Watch this. That's always funny to see. I'm just saying that it is. You want people to play the role. You want them to enjoy it. And I feel like the longer this game is out, the more people are going to realize that it's more nuanced than they think. Yeah, I'll give you that, Dragoon. I'll give you the idea that in fear of not wanting to change anything, you avoid the things that definitely need changing. There's always a danger of that. So I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying that nothing needs to be done. It's just I do understand why they're doing some of that stuff. The answer to making it attractive is not to make healing overwhelming, because otherwise no one will play them. I don't know. See, and I feel like. But yeah, the answer to making it attractive is not to make healing overwhelming, because otherwise no. So you think? See, this is, we're kind of going back and forth here. So you think that if healing is overwhelming, no one will want to play it? I'm confused by that. By what you were saying there. Is that what you were saying there? What would I change?
Please throw back soon.
If I changed anything, what would I change? If I lowered the amount of healing that they did, if I was to change the healing level, and I lowered the amount of healing they did, then I'd probably give them more support abilities. I'd give them more abilities to buff teams in different ways. Because not everybody has that. Not everybody has a unique one. Or I'd give them more CC stuff. I'd give them a few more CC things so that... Because I think CC stuff would be really good. Because CCs would mean that the healers stay involved in the battle rather than just stay in the background the whole time. I think that's the thing, is that when you heal from a range... Let me turn this down a little bit. When you heal from a range, you stay out of the fight. Physically out of the fight. If you give them buffs, especially if you give them close buffs, like ranged buffs, anyone within 10 meters or whatever, I think that it involves them in the fight more, and it creates more danger for them, but at the same time there's more reward. So I would probably do that. For the tanks, if I changed anything for tanks, what would I change for tanks? I'll be honest with you. If I was gonna say anything that I would change for tanks, as crazy as this sounds, and this is probably kind of bass backwards compared to what I'm saying about the healers. If I was gonna change anything, I'd probably make the tanks do a little less damage. I feel like if the tanks did a little less damage, that would make the DPS a little more relevant. And because in this match here, for instance, I'm doing 12,000 damage at this point. I've done 13,000 damage at this point. The DPS has done 13,000 and 8,000. I'd probably lower the amount of damage that they do by a little bit. Not much, 10-20% at the most. just so that the DPS feels more significant in their role.
Mine's in place.
Tank controls. And you just have to balance it carefully so characters that are buffed don't become OP and characters that are nerfed become useless. Except Jeff. I'm saying it because healing is so strong it minimizes the importance of the other groups. When I play DPS, I feel like I never contributed enough because the enemy solo healer healed more than half our team combined. And that's what I think is not really the case. I think that's where we're having a disagreement. Because you're right that the healer feels incredibly significant compared to some of the other roles, but I don't want to make them feel less significant. I think the idea of them feeling more significant is interesting because it makes people want to play it more.
We're better when we work together.
Yeah, I think if anything, that means that there's a gameplay problem now. I think that what the problem starts to become is that the tanks act like walls, the DPS acts like danger, and the healers act like the targets. I think the healers have to become the main targets. And I definitely don't think enough people do that. I don't think enough people focus down the healers. Yeah, I kind of like the composition of that. I like that that's sort of the way it works. Yeah, I think people should be focusing on killing the healer. And that's a mistake that even I admit that I make. I don't focus down the healers nearly as much as I should. As a healer, I feel targeted. And you should.
That doesn't count.
And rightfully you should, because the entire point that we're setting, the entire discussion that we're having here is that healers, in some ways, are the most significant players on the team at this point. Because, like I said earlier, you kill a healer and the rest of the team goes down. If they end up without healers, the team is dead. As long as you're hitting your shots, the team's pretty much dead. Look at that. Look at this Thor come in. Look at full health. Pew, 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 pew. Dead. Because he didn't have a healer. Because the healing is so important. Now, every healer is hard to kill, except they all have an escape or a CC ability. And then the danger becomes, do you want to take that away from them? Yeah, do you want to take that away from them? Killing a healer turns the game into dominoes. Overwatch had this exact issue, and they went the wrong route and nerfed the healers to the stage where no one wanted to play them, to the stage role queue was needed. This exact problem has already happened, apparently. I can't speak to it because I didn't actually play Overwatch. But apparently this exact problem has happened. One. Come on, I get, look at, double? Come on, I get more. Triple? I don't get any more. What? Come on, triple?
Final score 1-2-2.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so that was it. Yeah, so it's it's an interesting sort of dynamic. I've never, like I said, I never really played a hero shooter like this, so I never experienced the dynamic to this level. People think our CC is are that strong. Isn't really. It really isn't. If people do focus on us, we go down fast even with CC. I've been killed in seconds while CCing. It's only my. Yeah, I'll admit that Luna has a dramatically powerful ult. I mean, look at this. Look at this final score here. I had 2 more kills than the highest DPS, and the highest DPS at 33. That's a high number. Yeah, and they won't become completely useless, but you do want to make it so that they feel important. The players want to feel important. I don't want to take it away, but why can't Jeff turn into? Yeah, and like Dragoon said earlier, the biggest issue is that anything that really needs nerfing in this game and really needs adjusting is usually very specific. It's usually Jeff's ult. The range on Scarlet Witch's ult, and a lot of it seems to be ults. A lot of it seems to be the level of ult. What's his face's Winter Soldier, I think maybe we ratchet it down to 5. It keeps resetting if the character dies. Let's go ahead and dial it back to a limit of 5. Can we do that? So he only gets 5 ults at once. Dorahella coming around the back and targeting. Yeah, and it's over. And it's over. That's why I get it. I get that the healers are very important and they do their job in a very powerful way. But there's kind of a reason for that. And I do think that it changes the strategy of the game. And I think that people just need to start understanding that that's the strategy of the game. If you think the healers are doing way too much, then you have to focus them first. That has to be the point. And the obstacle of you focusing them first has to be the tanks and the DPS, which is literally the design of it all. Now, again, there's still some balancing issues, but the balancing issues I think tend to mostly just be individual characters and usually just individual moves. I think some moves are just more powerful than others. To be honest, it works, an artificial way to make players use healers. And like you said, it works. Jeff means he's annoying. Sure, that's also because people don't target him. He just rockets up his ult. Yeah, I mean, Jeff's ult could be nerfed. People talk about how hard healers are to kill. It's because you see in a lot of rank, it's usually 2 healers healing each other and the other team. Yeah, and the healers are usually done really well. I mean, I've played teams where they had 3 healers. We won with a game where we had 4 DPS and 2 healers. Like it's they're up there. They're powerful. Okay, went on a little bit long there, but we started a little bit late, so it all balances out. Okay, give me 1 second here. I think we're still in just chatting too. Sorry about that, Twitch. Give me 1 second here. Movie DLC? I won't send you there. All right. I don't have anybody on my list, so we'll probably just let you go. Again, the problem is, like you said, everyone wants to be important, but nobody wants to be the healers because they're normally squishy and die fast. So then you change that by making them kind of squishy, but you give them some CC, you give them some ways to protect themselves, and you make sure that their role is very strong, so that they want to do it because everybody wants to feel useful. Nobody wants to be a DPS that doesn't get kills. Nobody wants to be a tank that doesn't block anything. Nobody wants to be a healer that can barely heal. So everybody wants to be important in their role. Healing is just that's a difficult balance because you either feel very, very powerful or you are made of paper, and nobody wants to. People want to be one of those things and not the other. Meanwhile, I want Hulk buffed. Hulk doesn't need buffing. Hulk needs somebody that knows how to use Hulk. And if you know how to use Hulk, he's actually really powerful. You can't rush in with him. Hulk's, if you wanna play with Hulk, the high level gameplay that I've seen with Hulk is you jump around. You jump and you do his leaps and all, and he's very strong. But you have to be really mobile with him. He is not a wall tank. He's not a tank that stands there and takes hits. He's a tank that goes all over the place. You almost have to play him like a DPS. But when you do it, he seems super powerful. I like this topic. It's not super controversial, but we have strong opinions. Yeah, it's like Dragoon. It's like we all agree that there's an issue. We disagree on how important the issue is, and we definitely disagree on what it would take to fix the issue. Legit OP stuff. A lot of people, more common complaints come down to people not realizing how to counter them. Yeah, Iron Fist. As I moved up the ranks and I got to gold, I realized I don't see a lot of Iron Fist. For as much as we gripe about Iron Fist and you needing to fix, his he's punching right his JoJo move. For as much as people complain about that, I don't see him too often in at least the gold matches and the upper silver matches. Because once you figure out A, to pay attention to him, and B, how to get away from him, it all becomes useless. And none of it works anymore. Hulk is this game's diva. She was a tank in Overwatch, where people learn you have to play her like a DPS. Also, Hulk was the mech. Yeah, Hulk was the mech form. When you die, the human comes out and the timer to resummon. I actually watched somebody play as him, and when they turned into Bruce Banner, he was actually getting kills. He was actually pretty decent. As an unstoppable force, he's always on the move, almost always on the run from the military. Yeah, it works. It works really well with him. I wouldn't mind trying him. I think I might want to try him out just to see if the jumping strat sort of works. I'm always mixed on the idea the issue is just a skill issue. No, it's not that it's a skill issue. It's a skill issue in the sense that you have to learn. Skill issue seems like you're trashing someone's ability to play the game, and really what it is understanding that the game is different for different characters. Not every tank is the same. Not every tank is you stand there and you pop a wall and you stand and you tank damage, quote unquote. Some of the tanks are just really strong DPS, but they have to be mobile in order for them to do it. Some of the healers, I'm sure some of the healers are like you said, some of the healers are very good damage dealers, which means that as a healer, they're probably pretty decent, but nowhere near as good as some of the more dedicated ones. A Loki, I'd be curious to see a Loki heal as much as a Rocket, considering Rocket is ridiculous with the healing. That's my secret, Cap. My players have skill issues. High-level Diva players were the same. When the mech died and the Diva come out, they can rack up kills. Legit OP stuff. People with more common complaints. Yeah, come out people not right. Yeah, it's people will learn. I think what'll end up happening is that you'll start seeing the high level gameplay. If you care, that's the other problem with games like this and games in general. The problem's going to be whether or not you care to find out. If you are, I'm talking about high level gameplay, but if you don't sit there and you watch some of these high level games, you're not going to care. You're not going to know the difference. You're not going to understand the nuance of some of this stuff. Not everybody cares about Overwatch. Not everybody cares about being the best in these games. So they're not going to do extra work, right? They're not going to do homework to find out what it takes to play some of these characters. So they're going to play Hulk and they're going to think Hulk is terrible. And then eventually they'll watch a video and they'll say, how did that Hulk get 42 kills? And they'll realize, oh, because I'm doing it wrong. Other things slide because you just need to get good. Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be sort of the... Yeah, Hulk needs team... Yeah, that's one thing I will say about Hulk is that since he's not a wall tank, you need Hulk's a good off tank. I think Hulk's probably good off tank. Penny's kind of okay. I think Penny kind of does well as an off tank since she can sit back and shoot the mines. Doctor Strange, Magneto, they're good frontline tanks. They're good tanks that they'll stand back, they'll pop shields, and they'll rack up 40,000 damage blocked. And they stay back there, and that's all they need to do. DPS are the same. Obviously you've got your range and your melee, but some of the range can move in and do what they need to do. Depending on what your ult is, depending on what your main attacks are, your secondary attacks, your bonus attacks. I feel like bonus attacks aren't crazy mandatory, but they're usually pretty helpful. Yeah, Penny's amazing. I like Penny as a backline, as a secondary backline tank. I like her for that because she can shoot her mines forward, but if she ever needs to defend, if you're on a point or something and you want to defend the back of the point, she pops her little robot thing. It gives her a health buff. It drops mines. She can fling mines. So I think she's a good all-arounder, literally and figuratively, where she can defend a good area. Best Spidey in Texas here. Good example of a tank with no walls is Roadhog from Overwatch. He can take some punishment and he had a self-heal. Yeah, so that's a wall tank. That's a tank that stands there and he gets hit. You can rent the pyramids? What's this? All right, I'll check that out in a second. Oh, brother. Mr. Beast has rented out all 3 Egyptian pyramids for 100 hours in an upcoming video. Oh, is he gonna excavate the pyramids and find some more ingredients for his food? I like penny, but I like nickel, dime, and quarter better. They're okay. They're okay. He's returning the slab. It kind of leaks into newer mindset. Games don't need to be balanced. Players just need to get good or accept it's not for them. Which is not entirely. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't think that's entirely incorrect. I think that there are a lot of games that are just not. I don't think every game needs to be for everybody. I think that that's true. I think that not every game, especially when you talk about multiplayer games, I don't think every game needs to be for everybody. If you don't like Rocket League, I don't think it's their responsibility to make you like Rocket League. If you don't like Marvel Rivals, if you don't like the gameplay loop, if you're not a fan of the characters, if you don't think that the game is balanced, I think that they should probably balance the game. But I don't think it's their responsibility to make every single person like the game. I think that sometimes, no matter what, Fortnite. How many of you out there don't like Fortnite? Is it Epic's job to make you like Fortnite? Not really. Because at some point, you're just going to decide that you don't like it. No matter what they do. Sometimes people just don't like games. I think that that's fine. I love MOBAs. I won't touch Smite. Not every game needs to be for everybody. Sure, their job is to get more money. You want to get more players. You want to have more people engage in your game. Absolutely. But we've also seen examples where they make everything for everybody and now nobody wants to play it. I don't like Fortnite, and Epic must make me like it. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that at the end of the day, some people are going to like games and some people aren't going to like them. And I don't think that every game needs to fight for every single person, because as we've seen it with movies and TV shows. We've seen it with video games, whether you're talking about single player games or whether you're talking about multiplayer games. We've seen it with a lot of different mediums. If you try to appeal to every single person, all you're going to do is alienate the people who like the game for what it is. There are people who like the strategic, tough nature of the game. If you make Dark Souls games easier because you want to appeal to more people, the people who like extremely difficult Dark Souls games aren't going to enjoy it. They're going to say, why is the game so easy? And then you start to talk into the single player experience. You're talking about, difficulty sliders and stuff. That's a bit different. But when you're talking about a multiplayer game, the difficulty slider is the players. And you can't make the players behave a certain way to appease other players. You can't tell people in Marvel Rivals, hey, stop being so good. New players are being upset. You can't really do that. So in the end, people are going to decide whether or not they like the game. My point was more, it's a tank with no wall abilities in a game where at the time, most of the tanks had wall abilities. Oh, okay. I don't like tactics games not named Pikmin. Player's preference. What's that? What do you mean players like things? No, they don't. Okay. But that is going to do it for today. So thank you everybody. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun to chat about this stuff. Trying to target more. Even Armored Core 6 got patched a bunch, and it made the game a lot easier. Well, it also got patched and made the game a lot harder. They took out the Ziggurat shotguns. They took out my Ziggies, and I wasn't happy with that. Well, they nerfed my Ziggies. That was a nerf, and the Ziggies made the story mode a lot easier in that game, and they nerfed it. Look at 16. It changed, and people complained it was trying to attract the wrong audience, and now it's a shame because I think they you leave my Ziggies alone. They were so good. I didn't like that they nerfed them. You want to nerf them in multiplayer, that's fine, but you leave them alone in single player. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to make them so weak in single player. No one cared. Wait until they die for the fourth time. What was the one boss that was filtered? Not the chopper, not the helicopter, but there was I think it was the second or third of the third chapter boss that was eating everybody alive. Wait till that starts happening, and you're on hour 6 of trying to beat that boss, and tell me you don't want those shotguns back. The spider bot, the spider, I forget what it was. The spider. I think it was the spider one, right? It began with a B. I think it began with a B. Oh, Armor Core. I was just joking about Armor Core. They nerfed my shotguns. Yeah, now I want to know what the name of it. I'll look it up after. I think it began with a B. But that is going to do it for today. So thank you, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. I very, very, very much appreciate it. Tomorrow, we will stream tomorrow. Thursday, it's a normal stream day. I don't have any errands to run, so I shouldn't have any errands to run. So I should be back in time to start regular time. We'll try and jump into Spider-Man relatively quickly to make up for not playing today. So hopefully we can get back and do that. I actually don't have anybody to send you to. Right? Do I still not have anybody? Let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to send you to... I can send you to Strawberry. What do I have? You want to send you to Strawberry? Let me see what she's doing. She's been up for an hour. She's doing Shadow DLC stuff. Balteus, yes. Yeah. Oh, that was a flying tank. Oh, it got nerfed? Yeah, see, that sucks. Oh, that's a shame. I wonder if I can play it pre-nerf, because that was such a crazy fight. And that's coming from me, who normally doesn't like overly difficult games. And I loved Armored Core. It might be time for a playthrough. It might be time for an Armored Core playthrough. But yeah, I'll send you over to Strawberry. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow we'll be back with Spider-Man on the PS4, PS5. So I hope everybody will be here for that. For right now, I'm going to send you over to Strawberry Jam. Strawberry Jam is playing Shadow Movie DLC any percent on Sonic and Shadow Generation. So stick around after the credits, and I will send you over there to hang out and represent us very well. But thank you once again, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all tomorrow.